All right, we're back. I'm very sorry, my internet went out. I think that I'm about where we left off. So we'll just start it back up. Apparently, okay, we had a really bad storm. A bad storm last night, and apparently it messed up something at the internet place. So they were just resetting everything. And I was like, okay, well, I was in the middle of a live stream. Not that that matters, but let's not reset stuff in the middle of the day, internet. That's not very nice. It booted me off. So we're back in business. I apologize. I've had more technical issues in the last few weeks than I've had in the last 5 years on my channel. It's been ridiculous.
Put no other God before me and love your neighbor as thyself. Those are the two greatest commandments. Jeez. He said, on those two commandments, everything else holds on to those two commandments. So what am I saying?
Joe, my internet went out because of a storm. Because of a storm that they were having. Now I've got to bring back my Bible verses too. Lord.
Not you, and then love others like.
I don't know what's going on with my camera right now. It's also being very weird, and I look very blue. Very blue for someone that's wearing black.
They're you. Well, God, what about me? God handles you. That is the problem. We keep on trying to handle us. You have to get out of your own way. Let God handle you. He says, cast all your cares on me. He got you. You don't got you. When are we going to understand that we don't got us? We never did. How many wrong decisions have we made in our lives, y'all? I'm getting, this is the spirit now. This ain't even me. This is not even about business, because I want individuals to actually become who God created them to be. And you have to get out of your way, let God deal with you, and you treat others like they're you. You love on other people. You forgive others. And God will bless you.
God will bless you.
He got you. He been had you. For I know the plans that I have for you, plans to prosper you, plans. He has you, y'all.
The only plans you have for these people is that you want them to join this scam and then make money, apparently recruiting people. We don't even know what the products are yet.
And I want you to understand that it's not about you. As soon as you feel like it's like, I'm telling you, if you feel fear, you're thinking about yourself. Well, I don't want to talk to them because I'm scared that they might say no. You're thinking about you. I need you to think about them.
Wow. He's even talking about this in terms of recruiting and selling people the product we don't know we don't know of yet.
Think about it.
He does.
Switch the perspective, switch the mindset. Do y'all understand that when you take care of somebody else, all of a sudden you feel good?
Yeah.
Anytime you do something for someone else and it benefits that person, you feel amazing. Y'all ever notice that? You ever pay for somebody's meal? Or you ever like say, hey, get that, ma'am, can I take that to the car for you? Or, can I open the door for, whenever you take care of somebody else, do you understand the feeling that you get when it happens? There is a feeling that God gives you. You cannot give it to yourself.
You can, though.
I hope y'all picking up what I'm putting down right now. But it goes right away. Why? Because you should have been did it.
Right. What is she even doing?
So what I'm saying is God is telling y'all to make this decision, make this move, do this. You are this. You can do this. I got you. You can do this. And you start moving based off of the truths of him, based off of his truths, not your feelings, based off of God's truths about you. And the only way you're going to know what his truths are is if you read that word. I'm sorry, Megan. I'm going off topic, but I'm telling y'all, he is the center of it all. Run everything by him, right? And then, you know what I'm saying? He's going to tell you what to do. Trust me. Everybody feels it in their gut. It's in your gut. Y'all ever felt that feeling in your gut like, I knew I should have did that? Yes, you should have. It's going to make you feel good, but it doesn't
Ah!
feel good in the beginning before you make the decision. I hope y'all picking up what I'm putting down. The circumstances and the environment and everything, it's not going to be good in the beginning. It's after you do it when you get the feeling. You get the feeling of accomplishment after you do it, not before.
He's so mad almost.
And then take care of other people and watch how you feel.
Passion.
You're looking for a feeling. You're looking for a real good feeling, like completion, wholeness. You're trying to fill a void on the inside. Money don't fill it. It's not going to fill it. I'm giving it back to you, Megan. Love you. Love y'all.
Listen, I'm so thankful. uh, you know, I'm looking at the messages, guys, because I can see all your messages coming through, and 99.999% of them are all like, thank you, because the right people are here. And some people miss it, King Coat. Some people miss it and say, hey, can you guys be a little bit more specific about the product? Right? We are the product, right? We are the product. So I'm all over YouTube. Like you can go look. We got 3-minute videos. You can go to myvibe.io, mybyb.io, and you can learn about what we're talking about right now. Like we're focused on the who we are and the whose we are first, because everybody else in companies, they think we're talking about money because we're talking about the matrix, and yeah, we're going to make some great income inside that matrix because we're going to do it together. It's the unity of it all. And it's that matrix is for, honestly, it's like for God's people. It's to me, right? I can't speak for Reagan. I can't speak for Dre. I can speak for Vibe, and I can say that Vibe is a hub. It's a financial hub where you can do everything that an entrepreneur needs to do to grow, to have startup capital, to be able to have a space, a Vibe tribe to create, to be able to like really, truly, fully be able to connect and fund your passions. And we have 2 comp plans, but we've only been focused on the one that puts us all together, right? Because your jobs, you make money at your job. And I have people, King Coats all the time who say like, well, I make 100,000 a year. I make 200,000 a year. And I'm like, that's great. How many people did you help make 100,000? That's all. I don't care what you make, right? Because we create impact when we do it together. Everybody type the word impact. And I don't know how many times I've given the dates and everything.
Okay, well, do you give? Because you've bragged before that you've made like $100,000 a month in these scams. So what have you done then?
So whoever invited you on here, they should know the dates by heart.
Like, do you do anything to help people other than get them to join scams?
February 1st is our day to talk about the products, right? To talk about like the pillars and what we stand for and how much it's going to cost you if you don't partner with us, right? I'm perfectly fine with telling you guys the cost. The only reason why we haven't is because I want you to focus on the vision. And when you start focusing just on the money and how much it costs and this and that, you lose sight of what we're really doing. So purposely, we have not told you guys things. Purposely, we are building an arc, right?
Okay, but see, that's the problem. The problem is that you're purposely not being transparent. That's exactly what the problem is. You should tell people what they're getting into. You're expecting people to just have blind faith, join this thing, and then not even be informed about what it is. It's insanity.
Now for you to get on, and 38,000 people are getting on this arc. And you might have a little people here and there who have something to say. And guess what? When they come to their senses and stop having a stupid attack, we're going to let them on the boat too. Come on, right?
Dude, I'm starting to think that this Pastor Carlos isn't much fucking pastor.
But get in the back. You need to get in the back behind all the believers. You need to
be like, they're trying to act like it's this big event. that they're going to like present the products on the first. And I'm like, you should have presented them from the beginning. Like, that's what the problem is. All right. I don't like people that expect people to make an uninformed decision and just join something, anything, no matter what it is. Don't ever believe someone if they're like, just join this thing. And then you're like, well, what is it? That doesn't matter. You join, you get other people to join, you get money. Like, no, I need to know more information, please. Wait till she sees how mad she gets when she releases the racist statement truth. Satan spoke in her head on October 10th, 2005, and told her, I will turn and toss you violently like a ball. She believes it was God. It would have been Satan. Like I said, I don't believe any God, even as an atheist, would be okay with this going on at all. Carlos is a pastor of disaster. I have to agree. I'm not very impressed with this man at all.
You can come in at the bottom, but
he obviously has his own downline in this, which then makes me question his integrity, not only with this business, but also just as a pastor. Like I said before I got cut off of my last stream, this is round 2. So go check out the first one. But I said, like, no way that you would have a following, like, and be a pastor and have people that look to you for advice and information. And instead of you doing something good with it and actually helping people, you sign up for a pyramid scheme and use them to build a downline. False prophet.
the bottom is not going to be the bottom because we're still going to put 1 million people over here. We're going to watch. I told you guys we're going to do 50,000. We still have 20 something days. We're like 10,000 people away, growing at 2,000 a day. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me God's lying right now when I tell you God already showed it to me, but he did not say that the weapons wouldn't be formed. So for those of you guys who are on here to join a network marketing company, there are plenty of network marketing companies you can join who only talk about the products. Please go there, right? And then February 17th, you're coming back anyway. Right? And that is not arrogant speaking. That is my gut feeling right now. Because we know I've run a company before. I've seen it done well. I've seen it done not so well. So guess what I did?
I don't know what that is.
Guess what Reagan and Dre did? We went and got our most high, right? I'm the one talking all the time. I know they're not up here. They may not always agree with how I choose to do things because I'm very much radical, but I already told them when I came over here, I will be radical. I will be authentically me. Whatever God's telling me to do, I'm going to do it. Am I perfect? No, absolutely not. Can I snap off on somebody in a heartbeat? I probably snapped off on a couple people today. And guess what? I'm like, Lord, forgive me. I probably need to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Let me go get.
Yeah, Megan. You probably should have just gone and had a nap instead of doing this display of faith manipulation with a pastor to get people to sign up to your scam. Do you think people are calling your phone now?
Get somebody else to talk to the people, Pastor Carlos. Let me go get somebody else to talk to the people if I'm too harsh.
See how she was like, Pastor Carlos, the way she said that? She kind of put stress on the pastor because she's really trying to use him to legitimize this. Like, oh, I must be a good person. Look, a pastor's on my stream. I must be doing something honest. Pastor Carlos is here. I hate it.
Guy Coates, because Guy, you say the same thing I do, right? But when I say it, it's just a little bit like they want me to be dainty. It ain't happening right now. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So I'm going to be authentically me and who God called me to be. And 38,000 people later, it's working. 38,000 people later, whatever you guys are saying to the people, it's working. And I guarantee you, it is not about the product because you don't even know what it is. because you're the product.
I'm gonna need
So
proof
listen,
that there's 38,000 people in this. So. Because, like, I've been to some of the Zoom meetings, and yeah, there's quite a lot of people there, but 38,000 seems really high.
I am grateful. I was going to adhere and get off the Zooms, but guess what? I'm not going to do that because I got a chance really quickly. It's 8:50. Let me see if my new Vibe tribe is out there, right? You guys got a chance to meet some people. We only have 10 minutes and we're getting off of here, but I got a chance. Mimi Acosta, are you out there?
Yeah, spoiler, she stays on for almost another hour.
Go ahead and unmute my Latin queen. And then is Ebony out there? And is it Latoni Allen? I got a chance to talk to these two ladies today. And you know, when you're just like God knows when you need just a little bit, right? When you got everybody it feels like everybody in the world telling you what you're not. Right? Telling you what you're not doing and this and that and this and that. And just that minute when you almost believe it. And God's like,
I bet you most of the people in Vibe come from other scams or MLMs, which are also scams to me. But for some reason, people keep trying to separate them. I would almost guarantee that, like, everyone in Vibe came from something else. Using Jesus's name to make money is called wizardry. It could be. 1 hour. Okay, she can't tell time. I know.
Wait a minute. Let me send you some people.
I'm kind of like, Megan, are you okay? Like, are you doing okay? Because you did mention that it hurts you that people are speaking out about your scam. So, like, are you, like, completely emotionally distressed right now? Are you, like, triggered and going off? Is that what this is? Just, next time, put SOS on the screen.
Who are
they holding you hostage?
Being blessed right now, right? Carlos, my other Carlos Bernard is my saving grace too. I love Carlos. Carlos has got me on the phone with everybody. He's setting up my tour right now. And I
do believe anyone that is using religion just to make money is definitely a false prophet. She must hate me more than you and Danny, probably.
It's going to be me and God's people. Planes, trains, and automobiles. I'll be in Chicago in February. The beginning, we'll have a flyer for you guys. I guarantee you the haters ain't rolling up in there. They ain't, right? I'm not worried about it. They gonna stay on Zoom. They want to stay on, behind the scenes. But we'll be in Chicago. We'll be in Atlanta. I'll be in Atlanta for a whole week.
I won't be showing up at any of your things. You're right. I don't go real life, so you're good there.
Up God's people there. We'll be in.
I can only speak for me and, like, my community, though. I can't speak for the rest of the world. So, just saying, you tell everyone your location, you tell everyone your phone number. If somebody does show up, it ain't from us.
Chicago. We're going to be in Atlanta. We're going to the DMV. We're going to Las Vegas. We are going to Charlotte. Where else? Little Rock.
Why do I know where you're going before I know what you're selling? Like, again, that's so bizarre. I don't know what the product is, but I know the vacations you're taking for this. Why?
Rock, Arkansas. I forget. Where
Why?
else? Dallas, Memphis.
What is happening?
Couple other places. Florida. I'll be in Florida for a whole.
I've entered some dimension where people are just signing up for things with no products anymore. It's like they don't even have to lie. They just go, come sign up. And everyone goes, okay. What are we selling? I don't know. Okay. Like, what is happening right now?
I don't know if I said that. I'll be wherever you guys want me to be, right? And I'll find my tribe because we got work to do, right? It's not.
If that happens, just go in there, record everything, and then you and I will do a reaction to it.
A network marketing company. Our products are phenomenal. Our people are phenomenal. Let me see if they're out here before we get off real quick. Raise your hand if I called your name.
Megan, can I say something real quick?
Absolutely. Who is
They're
that?
not going to raise this Johnny. Jonathan, listen, they're not going to raise their hand because guys are hard act to follow. they,
But
they're
listen,
like, the half of them was like, meeting is over.
Well, we'll just continue on. And you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. John 8:32. Always seek the truth.
like, right? But listen, these two ladies too, wait, these two ladies, like God is so good, right? God is so good because we got some strong men. I went and got the men first so we can get the order, right? So we can get.
Bitch, I thought you were about empowering women. I thought your whole thing, your whole gig was that you want to empower women. So much so that people were wondering why men were even joining VOD. They were confused because you were so much about, oh, what we're doing is all for women and to empower women. And you just had the audacity to say that you went and got the men first, the strong men, to do order? Are you not a feminist? What's going on? What's going on? I'm not sure who Wesley is. He's wigging out a little bit though. So if you don't want to put up with it, guys, that's okay. You can yeet if it's bugging you. But like, as if she just had the audacity to be like, oh, I had to go get the men to create order here first. When she's literally like the whole point of this. The whole point of this. Yes, actually, you can. Jelly, if I send you the link, can you get it to crypto quickly since you're here? I don't really want to post it in the chat. I guess I could. You can come up though, crypto. I'm scared of other people trying to come up. So be quick. Be quick. Be quick so I can delete it. There's the link. Be quick and come up here. And then show me your beautiful face in the back so that I know it's you. Because I don't want to make the same mistake that Megan did. So come on up. And I would love for you to finish reacting. Not you, Wesley. Not you, Wesley. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I appreciate you trying, but no. But crypto, Danny, if you want to come up, you're more than welcome to come up and finish reacting to this with me. I'm having a difficult time with a pastor being on here and having a downline with this, very obviously making money off of it, and using his religious faith to manipulate people. Because there are people out here that are going to watch something like this and they will see Pastor Carlos and they'll go, oh, a pastor. This must be a good thing. It will legitimize it to them. And that worries me greatly. It really does. I'm very, very worried about that. You know, no, she's not a pastor. But if you notice, Pastor Carlos is a pastor. He claims to be a pastor. I'm questioning it right now. Not like any other pastor I've ever seen. And I've seen some charlatans. I've seen some jerks. I don't believe, you know, a lot of the televangelists out here that claim to be pastors are probably not. But I'm still just like, I don't know if I've seen this level of faith manipulation. And I've seen some faith manipulation. It's a big topic on my channel. We've done full-on deep dives and slideshows galore on how bad it is. But like, This is quite the display. Everyone, welcome Danny DeHeck to the stream.
Cool. Oh my gosh, he's gone mental, eh? I mean,
I
I
don't even
spent.
know how to describe this shit. This is, she like wigged out at the beginning at us, called us weapons, Danny and his minions. She accuses you of calling her nonstop at the start of it.
It's not me. And also, I don't hide my number. And the other day, yesterday, she was holding up her phone and it was actually saying private number. And I don't hide my number. And she said in the past that she's blocked my numbers. And I ring her on WhatsApp and I ring her on a FaceTime. And you can't hide your number on FaceTime. So it's quite funny. I mean, I have a lot of people doing stuff, but I don't ask anyone to do anything. And it's just people like yourself who have seen it going on. And I'm not saying you're doing it, but you know what I mean? Like everyone's
well, it's
sort of
funny
sick
because
of it.
I tried to explain to her that I didn't know about her because of you. I found out about her because the people in On Passive had joined her scam.
Oh, right.
So it was like, it's not even Danny's fault that I'm covering you.
Yeah. Oh, well, yesterday I went to town and I literally went to her website host, the domain name provider, the 4 payment gateways that are associated with her account. There's Link, there's Tiger, there's the one that she finally got, who was Comworth or something that starts with C. Mm-hmm. And then there was also Zen Hash. And I have got correspondence. Like today, I got an email from her hosting provider, which is DreamHost. And they said, oh, we don't see anything going on here as fraudulent. And then I go back and I say, well, actually, I use ChatGPT for my correspondence. It's fantastic. And I've got a whole thread on her. And I go, well, actually, 4 payment providers have shut her down. Did you log an account and try to pay for a $25 matrix pyramid scheme? Because their support team are lazy. So then I had banter with I literally had banter yesterday with 7 different agencies. And then have you seen Oz's article?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we read it at the end of yesterday's.
No. He's got a new
is there
one.
a new one now?
Oh, please read it now.
No, I haven't.
I only got halfway through it because Oz is pissed off as well because that guy with his name, Alan, is it? What's his name? Andre?
Dre Russell.
Yep,
Andre Russell, I think.
Yeah, so he's been going off in the chat room, like you pointed out yesterday, because when you were doing your live, I didn't know he was replying to Oz, and then Oz
They were arguing the whole time. What's hilarious is Oz said, you are one of the co-owners with Megan. So then he said, no, I'm not. You're lying. So Oz said, here's Megan telling everyone that you guys are the co-owners. What are you talking about? And it's funny because, like, as they're arguing, Megan is doing Zooms, also still telling everyone that they're the owners.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what are you doing? Like, and now also Dre is on there claiming he's never claimed to be one, which then makes Megan look like a giant liar.
Well, she is, but it's just, I mean, honestly, the correspondence. So yesterday I set up, there's a place called CookieBot, which we thought they were using for their chat room on their website. DreamHost linked, and Now Payments, 2Cals, and then Tiger Pay, and then I think it's called Zero Hash. So these are I've created folders on my
Zero Hash. I don't know that one.
Oh, I might be saying it wrong. It does happen.
I don't think I've heard of that one before. I don't know all of them. I'm not
but now we've kept a log of it all, so that when we get the next person, we can use we have databases. That's what I do, and we've got Megan in a database. Our database is access. I have literally got people in the IRS, and what I do is I get a case like this, and we build up enough information, and then I use. Because what I'll tell you how I do this, because this is quite interesting for other people who fight these scams. I do use ChatGPT. I'm dyslexic. I can't read and write. I literally have a reading and a writing level of a 9-year-old. So ChatGPT has changed my life. So when I start going after somebody, I put a thread into ChatGPT and I build up a whole great big massive long database. Her database would be 30,000, 40,000 words. And then when I fight these scammers, I tell it to use its memory to write my content for me. So when I used her as an AI, I literally went and put all her videos into a thing called...
Well, she doesn't understand that the AI is based on what she has said already on the internet. It's not that you made a fake version of her that's talking to you, which is what she seems to think it is. And I'm like, but here's the thing, he used AI for it. So it's basing it off of what you've said already.
Would you like to talk to the AI? Would you like to ask Megan a few questions? Because this is literally her brain. And this is the fun part. I use it quite a lot, but this is what we're doing. We're using AI to fight these bastards. And literally, so I'll bring her on because she's absolutely lovely in the AI. She really likes me. Megan, it's your best friend, Danny. I've got Queen of Karma on the line. She would love to be introduced to you. Are you willing? Have you got time for a chat?
Sure, I'd be happy to chat with you and be introduced to the Queen of Karma. I do have some time to chat.
Hey, we understand your website's got shut down. Sorry about that. Anyway, let me introduce you to the Queen of Karma. I'm sure she's got a question that's on the top of her mind that she would like to ask you.
I appreciate your apology. Yes, please feel free to introduce me to the Queen of Karma and ask any questions you have in mind.
Have you got a question that you would like to ask the beautiful
Megan? What products do you plan on selling with Vibe?
I have a question for you. Can you tell us more about the products that Vibe will likely sell?
No, that's your question, Megan. We want to know. I know it's a mystery. I know it's a mystery and you don't know your own products. But I did hear you once say that you were going to release a credit card, which every other scam provider that I know has all releasing credit cards at the moment that talk to the cryptos and you can use it in every blah, blah, blah. Just funny that Visa and MasterCard know nothing about it. But is that one of the products that you were thinking about releasing, Megan?
Yes, it is true that we had plans to release a credit card in partnership with a third-party provider, which would allow users to spend their VYB account balance in physical stores. However, the specific details and features of the card have not been fully finalized, and it is not accurate to claim that Visa and MasterCard are not aware of this collaboration. As with any product launch, it is important to carefully consider the risks and benefits and ensure regulatory compliance.
Oh, you're just awesome, actually. Actually, if you could prove to us that you have had talks with Visa and MasterCard, that would be awesome, because a lot of people actually think you're a scamming. And I know not scamming doesn't come into your vocabulary, but it would be really good for you just to prove that, because it's just your word against, the rest of the world otherwise.
I understand the need for clarification and proof to address concerns about the legitimacy of our operations. While I can assure you that we have ongoing discussions with partners such as Visa and MasterCard, I cannot publicly disclose specific details of those conversations due to confidentiality agreements. However, I am committed to providing transparency and addressing any potential issues or risks associated with our products and services.
Oh,
I have
brilliant.
one.
Oh, here we go. We've got a question coming up.
So, Megan, you
Sure,
claim...
go ahead and ask your question.
So, Megan, you claim that people are recruited for $25 and you pay for recruiting. How is that legal as per the Federal Trade Commission's rules and regulations?
The recruitment fee of $25 is charged for the administrative costs associated with processing the registration and onboarding of new participants into the program. This fee is not considered illegal under the Federal Trade Commission FTC rules and regulations, as long as it is clearly disclosed and not misleading. It is important to be transparent about the costs and fees associated with joining the program to ensure compliance with legal guidelines.
So you mentioned something really interesting the other day, and Megan, you might be interested to know this as well, but you said you've seen this advertised on Facebook, but you're not allowed to advertise stuff like making a $442,860 a month monthly income without having a disclaimer of some sort. and she's done that numerous times. I've been banned on Facebook, so I don't know, but
I have the post on Facebook.
That's great, but it's quite handy, this sort of technology, and we're using it more and more, which is quite exciting. Even
she
my
hates
reply.
it. She hates it. She keeps talking about it.
She can't. We're not bothering her at all. But we're like, the majority of her conversation, whenever she's talking about compliance, she goes, "Don't worry about the haters." It's like, we don't hate you, Megan. We love you, because this is what gives us our content.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, I want you to do what you say that you're going to do, but I also want you to follow the law,
Yeah. I mean, it is amazing that
Did you see this though?
Because sometimes
I haven't seen much. I just woke up in New Zealand. It's 9:15.
So the latest thing that Megan posted is her coming on, and she rants and raves about how we are trying to stop her.
Well, we are.
Okay. The stream is called "No Weapons Formed Against Us Shall Prosper."
Oh, yeah. That's a good old one.
And she has this Pastor Carlos on, and he allegedly has his own downline and vibe. And so they came on to pray for financial freedom in their scheme, and basically for him to legitimize this.
Who are they praying to? Do you know? Because it won't be God, because God would have looked after them if God's looking after them now, if you know what I mean. Like, this is actually foobarred up. Have you? Can you play that clip? Are you? We've got to get you onto EasyCam as well. I used to use StreamYard all the time, but I had problems. They put the prices up on us, didn't they? If you can play that clip, it's a scream. I've literally just uploaded it, but it's I haven't got the file because it's still on YouTube. But basically, she's put a message in her Telegram saying that I am responsible for hacking into her website, and I'm also. She said, "Don't worry, the money's not there." So I'm thinking, where's the money gone? And also, what else did I do? Don't worry about losing the payment provider. They've got many of them, so that's quite good to know. We've got many corresponding. We can report all of them, But then she said she's going to do something about me. So this must be and this was done last night. So I presume this video here was to do something about me. Is that right? And are you
so far we've just been hearing the pastor kind of pray and assure everyone that they're going to all make lots of money in this thing, and it will help a lot of people. And I think now is when Megan's really starting to get into it. So you came up at a great time if you want to watch this with.
Oh, yeah, no, please do. And I didn't mean to interrupt, but what I'm actually
No, you're not.
your perspective, your video yesterday was friggin' amazing, because I actually didn't know. I don't research people like you've done, and you've gone back to all her history and all the things she's done, and that just is brilliant. I just need to look at one thing they've done in the past that's shady, and I go after them. And her connection to Tammy Jackson got me going. But when you did the deep dive yesterday, 97 slides, for God's sake.
Oh, it was 73 slides.
Oh my goodness, it was so cool. Well, you go in there and we'll listen. Is this live? Because I'll go in there live and did you see my screenshot yesterday? I had all the names. I went in there with 6 different Zoom connections.
I actually did, and we also noticed that there was another on passive person that has joined. So they're definitely preying on the on passive people who have been waiting for a product for 6 years. So they'll be willing to wait until February 1st.
Wow.
Like, this will seem like way better to them. I'm not sure if they're planning on leaving on passive for this.
I don't know what on passive is.
Doing
both. Was that another pyramid scheme? I haven't followed that one, unfortunately.
Yeah, on passive is a pyramid scheme that I've been covering on my channel for about 3 years with my friend.
Oh my God.
Unbought. She has about 20,000 subscribers herself. And she's been going really hard at them too. And she has a team that works sort of like yours, where she's actually and me too, but more her. She's really connected with a lot of the people that have been in this thing and know what's kind of going on behind the scenes, if you will. So she's been releasing information on them on her website. And they've been going for since 2018. And the guy's name is Ash Mufara, and he's done like scams for 20 years.
Wow.
And the SEC is actually suing them for $108 million
Whoa,
for unregistered securities, running a pyramid scheme, a fraudulent pyramid scheme, they actually called it, and misappropriation of funds. They're saying that Ash like pocketed $108 million, and they want to put a director's bar on him. So Miss Megan Lynch here might want to be careful, because she, with her history, is reminding me of Ash. This vibe is starting a lot like on Passive did.
And they're using they're not doing it hidden in crypto. They're in America, and they're using
this is
unregulated.
What Ash did too. Paying crypto.
Well, she's doing credit card fraud, and this is worse. This is literally in the terms and conditions of those credit cards. When you sign up and you want to become a merchant, I have online shops. You cannot get away with using it for what she's using it for. It's in their terms and conditions. So she's in breach of their terms and conditions. Everyone that's paid $25, and not many by the sound of it, because I blocked them, they can do credit card reversals, and it costs people a lot of time and energy. So they'll be going after, fines. And there will be fines for doing what she's doing. And she's so dumb that she's done it in regulated. She should be sweating real bad. Hey, funny enough, I don't get blocked on Zoom very much because I use a web browser, but my main web browser.
Okay. Yeah, I usually do too.
Me. But she's blocked. But she reported me this time, and they've blocked my IP. But I've got 7 web browsers, so I'm back in with another one. But they won't let Willie strike.
Might have done that to mine, because I tried to get into. I guess it would have been this meeting.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get in, and I was like, "Oh, that's weird. I can't even get in." So I think she got a little smart and realized that she can report the accounts, and then.
Yeah, I never use a Zoom account, never, because I've already lost that. But you can just open up. You can download one of any other browser, like I use.
Yeah.
Opera,
and you can just do it on the browser.
Yeah, and then they can't stop you, and you just it's quite funny. But she's either not running a meeting right now. But anyway, carry on. I'm interested to see this because this is quite exciting.
Yeah, this is great fun.
Sometimes women don't like me. I'm too and it's okay. But some of them do though. Some of them do. Johnny, I appreciate you so much. I know you get to have Guy all the time, but Guy was the one I was waiting for though. And he wasn't going to do this. And I'm like, I need you to lead the people. They will.
She's talking because God has apparently told Megan to do this scam.
Listen, sometimes people listen to men more than they listen to women. Sometimes people listen to women more than they listen to men. Guy just lets me be me. I love that about him. And then Johnny, I got a chance to meet you, and I'm so very blessed to have met you. I can't wait to be on your tour, the Fire Tour. I will be wherever you need me to be. But I want to introduce you to these 2 ladies that let's see. Ebony, where's Ebony? There you go. And Mimi, if you're out there, can you unmute too? Let me see where she is. All right. So I don't know them really, really well. There's a fuzzy blowing by.
She doesn't have any friends.
I got a chance through Carlos to meet Miss Ebony and Miss, is it Latoni? I think it's Latoni.
Latanya.
Latanya.
Doesn't even know her name.
Hey, Mimi. You on here?
Doesn't matter as long as you pay me $25. I love when she gets these phone calls because it's normally Regan saying, "Hey, you're being streamed."
I'll find you.
Megan, if you have to drop me down from the co-host so that you bring Mimi up because she can't get up. So if you gotta drop me down, you can drop me down.
Okay, thank you. See how the men, I just love them. See how they just step down.
I'm a male.
No, she said something really weird because I wanted to ask you, actually. I'm glad you're here, Danny.
Yo.
How did Megan promote this scam? Did she use women empowerment?
Well, I think I got my facts wrong at the start because I used AI, and AI said it was actually something to do with a woman's sort of
And it
networking group they
was.
set up. It was.
at
Oh, well,
the
there you
start.
go. Because ChatGPT found that all by itself, and I'm going, oh. And then when I was doing one of my videos, it was going on and on about it. It was just for women. So it made it more interesting.
It was at the very, very start. And now, since men have been outed as being a part of it, because at the very start of this, she almost acts like she's the only owner. When you go all the way back and you like kind of watch, because they did the one more time thing, and it looks like that kind of overlapped with this.
Oh, yeah, it is. If now you know this other company that we picked out yesterday that seems like we thought she was copying their brand and their logo.
Uh-huh.
Well, one of my guys have gone back to them and said, you know, she's using your brand and your logo. They want more information and they're not happy about it.
Yeah.
But today she came out with this email wanting people to complete a form which has all their logos and all the links to the same website that wanted to basically know about how she's misappropriating, and using their logo. So there's something missing here. I don't quite get it. I'll see if I can get the link because what she's doing, I've got a lady who's been really cool and she said that Megan's asking everyone to fill out this form.
This is so weird.
Yeah, something's not right. So she's claiming it's her company, and I don't think it is. It's over a white label.
It's Dre's. So
we don't know.
If you go to like the behindmlm.com vibe review, you'll learn that Andre Russell has been doing scams for years. Yep. He's a big scammer. He's been running them for years. And he's apparently been sort of like trying to do this debit card scam thing since like last year, which then kind of turned into this by the sounds of it. Right? And they just keep doing this pre-launch. And he's been promoting Vibe nonstop since at least the start of December, maybe even before that. But Oz only has proof from December, so I can only say December. So
that quote he had though, on the website yesterday, where she said we make a ton of money at the start, and then we release products that are all useless. That's basically gold, because that's exactly what they all do. And she's just. I don't know where he got that quote from, because I'd love to actually hear her saying that and make a nice wee short about that one. But,
right. Yeah, but he's been in all kinds of different scams. And he's apparently the director of product development, CEO, and owner.
Oh my God, you go to Behind MLM and the very first thing comes up is Megan. It's on the homepage. And it's done today. It's the 28th of April.
I try to explain to her, like, she doesn't seem to understand, like, Megan, you're making a scam with people that have already been in lots of scams. And then you also are poaching people from scams. And there's a lot of us out here that speak out about them. So you're going to get the attention of other people like Danny.
Well, they do. I think they have to know what they're doing, really, because I think at the moment it's desperate times for scammers. And we've seen a lot of them take big risk. I mean, what she's doing is jail time. And if I get enough information, I can literally go to the IRS and say, this lady has theoretically claimed that she's made $300,000 from 12,500 people since Friday. And the money's been taken from credit card companies, blah, blah, blah. And here's all the evidence I've got. We had Bitcoin Rodney. When I don't know if you know him, but he got arrested. He was trying to flee to Dubai. He was trying to sell his vehicles to government agents, not knowing it. And they finished up doing him for drug trafficking because he was something to do with marijuana, funny enough.
No, there's a bunch of them in the MLM, especially via Dubai, that are really, really badly connected, like the OneCoin scam. Did you ever hear about that?
Andre Christensen loves me, brings me up drunk, telling me, "Oh, you ruined my business, and I'm gonna come to New Zealand and deal
Oh,
with
so
you."
yeah, so then you'd know all about Ruja and the gang then.
Oh,
So
the lady with the
they're
beautiful
all
hair.
very badly connected to like some very bad people, let's just say. Very, very bad.
Yeah. Well, when I went to the people don't realize I've been to this global sales this conference, right? 150 other delegates from around the world, all fighting cybercrime. We had the Cambodian police chief, the Filipino head squad commander. We had special agents from America. We had J5s, J3s, which are government organizations. And we're all there.
I'm just happy it's a thing, man. I'm just happy that exists.
I know, and I got shouted there. The tickets to go to this thing was over $2,000, and the guy that was running the conference shouted me in, and he said, "I want you to be there." And I'm in there going, "Oh my God!" And I'm talking. The United Nations are there for God's sake, and I'm changing and swapping telephone numbers and addresses with people, and I'm giving them information, and they're giving me information. And it's just like brilliant, you know. We had a case where they money laundered $22,000 into crypto. And they're sitting there looking at this $22 million, and they don't know what people are doing with it. It just sits there. And they reckon it's been used for wars, and it's used for human trafficking. And then we had Erin West, which is a lady who's big on human trafficking, did a talk and explained all about the compounds around the world. And then the people that she's been connected to, I've been messaging for like 8 months prior.
Nice.
And it's so cool to be involved with it all. But the bigger picture is, you know, there will be some bigger organization behind what these girls are doing. And they're thinking they're going for the $25 of people, but they're feeding the cartel networks. And we studied 3 cartel networks at this thing. They showed us one had 1.5 billion, one had 750 million. And these guys, some of these guys that are running these cartel networks were on these celebrity TV programs, you know, where you marry a bride or where you go to these resort, all these sort of celebrities are all behind this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Tom Brooks from 90 Day Fiance and his Organo Gold that was then connected to OneCoin.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Well, I think, it's, and we had put, we've just got it. And I've got a guy who's trying to scam. He's trying to shut down me at the moment. And he's trying to have conversations with people who are law enforcement, not realizing what he's doing. And they're investigating him while they're interviewing him. But he's trying to expose me as a scammer. And it's so laugh. And I'm getting phone calls from people going, "Oh, I'm just giving you an update what's happening with this." And, it's quite exciting, but we're still getting nowhere. So it's sort of, one day we're going to get, the governments are going to wake up and have more clout. It's the governments are the problem. It's not the law enforcement. They want to do things. I've got, there's a guy called Alice Maysbury.
Well, they can only do what they can do, what they're allowed to do.
Well, they're in their state. They can't operate out of their states.
There's only so much.
And it's global. So you heard of Alice Maysbury. He's like 17 cases of fraud reported about him. The constable or the police officer, the standard guy, he's done a big complaint, but he can't get the FBI to take the case on. And he's pleading with them. And he's got 17 people that have lost. And I've got a lady who lost $5,000 thinking she's going to get $30,000 back in 2 months. And she wondered why he ghosted her. The guy's got 10 phone numbers. We've got all of them. And then he popped up on Megan's show the other day. And I'm going, what the heck? We've got Tracy, a truck driver.
That one.
Yeah. Anyway, you carry on. Let's have a listen to this lady.
Another one.
Yeah. They're all the same.
Carpet out there. Mimi Acosta. I'm not forgetting about my women, right? If you guys want to be on the show, this is what we're going to do. So show people the presentation before they get on, but we're going to get to know each other for the rest of this. Because every time I put the presentation up without the product, then somebody's got something to say.
No kidding.
If you don't want to be a part, it's okay. But we going to get to know each other. Okay. So when we go to the convention, we ain't strangers. Okay.
We know about the conventions, but not the product.
Miss LaTanya, you out there?
You don't need a product to launch a company.
I am here. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. So listen, if I don't know if you want to be with your picture.
I'm trying to cut my camera on, but it won't allow me to.
You don't put your camera on, lady.
Oh, maybe not. Let me see.
Okay, never mind. I think I got it.
I wouldn't on there.
Okay, there
No,
we
I
go.
wouldn't.
Can you
It's a
see me?
bonus when they put the camera on.
They are beautiful. Yes, I can.
Hi, hello everyone. I
Daddy's
hope
so
everybody's
hyped.
doing well. Oh
Talk
my
to
God,
me.
it's
Where's
so.
your sister?
Let me see.
Oh, hold it.
You
Sorry.
guys see me now?
I don't know if that
I can
helped.
see you. So,
Um, my
Oh my
my
God.
sister's right there. She's somewhere right there. I think I see
Probably
her.
in some
Let me-
third world country
I'm
operating
here.
out of somewhere.
There you go.
go on.
All of these prey on developing countries for some
Yeah.
reason.
And they
There's
go that
no
layout.
money. There's no money, but what there is power, because they have money and they're Americans. So when they show up to developing countries, they can get in easier and get things done. That, that's why I think.
I get people from Nigeria telling me they sell plots of land to invest in these opportunities, like Trade Network. And they said, I've lost my whole family income. Or one lady took $10,000.
Seriously. Yeah.
Yeah. And one lady took $10,000 out of her mortgage while they were building their house, thinking she'd be able to pay off her mortgage before she finished building her house. Now she can't complete her house. This sort of carry on.
Yeah, no, they take everything from people.
There you
Pig
are.
butchering.
Hold on. Add spotlight. Now, I don't know. I've never met you two before, but you had me so fired up because today I wasn't feeling down today, but I'm like, these people are out here crazy trying to stop the boat. And then Carlos is like, I got to have you talk to these two ladies. So I talked to you guys.
they
You
look
lifted
professional.
my spirit, and I've been on one ever since.
It's really weird. Everything that she's saying that she's done, like over the last 24 hours before this stream, she's apparently like gone and told Pastor Carlos about, and then he tells her to do it. It's very bizarre.
Yeah. So definitely strings being
So
pulled
do
by
me a
other people.
favor, introduce yourself to the people and just whatever you want to say, like why you're
To
here,
the people.
anything you want to, you have the floor.
Well, thank you. Thank
Okay,
you so
sis,
much
you go
for that.
first.
I got
Yeah.
it. So my name is Ebony and I am located in Las Vegas. Today I did have the opportunity to talk to Megan, which I'm very, very, very grateful.
I love when
and
they
humble.
tell us where they live.
She really touched my heart. Like I did something for her, but she did something for me. I just need you to know that much. I'm very excited about the Vibe opportunity. As I was
What is
explaining
that
to her a little
opportunity?
bit earlier, at first, when my sister brought it to my attention, I don't like multi-level marketing things. So I was like, I don't know. But she invited me to one of the meetings.
Hello!
And I heard God
Did
say,
you not see the
this
pyramid?
is it.
The
That's
pyramid
it.
shaped
Listen,
like
he
this.
might be the Ponzi scheme crypto Avenger guy, but I am the multi-level marketing girl.
Oh,
So when you bring us together, obviously
Mm.
something is going wrong here, miss.
what part of legitimate business do you think this is? I mean,
Praise
any
the
other
Lord.
business. Can you imagine Apple or Microsoft or Samsung
And
or
it's
any
like,
of
it's
these other
either an
companies running
MLM
a
or a
business like
pyramid scheme. Neither one is good.
this? Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what
Oh
are we
my God.
doing here, ladies? What are we doing?
Something not right.
Get out of here. Run.
Do what you got to do. I have a business called Hearts of Diamonds, right? And behind Hearts of Diamonds, it's all about mind, body, soul, grounding ourselves.
We go after those
Getting
businesses now.
spiritually
I don't know
connected,
that one,
and
man.
Vibe is all of those
We
things.
find them. We get
Okay,
their phone
I
numbers.
told Megan earlier today that it's taking off. It's going. It's heading in the right direction. You're doing God's work. You're doing what you're supposed to do. So
Why do they think they're
I
doing
hopped
God's
on
work?
board immediately.
They all do. A lot of them are very big theists. I guess you would have to be to have blind faith in something. And for some reason, all these MLMs use God, faith manipulation galore.
Well,
It's easier to manipulate people, I guess.
Well, definitely. I used to be in a religious cult, so I'm sort of that's my thing. I hate, but
Yeah.
the thing is, they get these communities together from these religious organizations. But I'm starting to think. I was talking to my mate about the other. Is there a service out there that basically gives you 900 people going into a Zoom meeting, and when you tell them to put one in the chat room, the bot goes.
They do it.
Yeah, because I don't believe they've got 900 people there. Well, like some days they have 300, and other days they have 900 people in their Zoom meetings. I'd love to know the service that actually provides that, because they must do.
She claims that there's 30,000 people in this right now.
Yep.
Which is a lot. I feel like that's not true. I feel like it's not that many.
One of the scams that we're going after, they claim they've got 250,000 active users, and they claim that they've sold a million products. And we go into their Zoom meetings on prime time, they have like 15 people. And then other times they will have 400. And then sometimes they max out very rarely. But I'm going, the mathematics don't add up.
If they have to be buying bots, right?
Well, it has to be, but I'd love to know where, because I could do with some friends in my chat room. If I get back on Zoom, then I can invite the gang, the tribe along, and then you'll have them all put one in the chat room and all this sort of shit.
Yeah, I don't know how you would buy bots for Zoom. And that's the thing, is that On Passive was using a lot of Zoom too. But like there must be a way for you to just buy these bots, which I've always thought is iffy too. The whole buying traffic thing just sounds like human trafficking to me, if you ask me. But
I think it just doesn't add up. Like if they're growing at 2,000 people a day,
Jelly says one.
And also, you would think that they would get more people. I put a one in the chat room. Jelly said, "It's shocking." Get a number 2. Hey, who do you like most? Queen of Karma or Danny the Heck? Put a 2 if you like Danny, and if you like Jesus, put a 3. It's like, I mean, what is that all about? I mean, I think you summed it up quite well yesterday, and you were sort of saying that, like she's excessive and actually doing that. It's like endorsing bad behavior.
Well, and also, it's a repetition thing, which works for manipulating people. It's good to start controlling people. It's kind of like a salesperson getting someone to nod in agreement before they make that final pitch to them, It's like you're sitting there, you're putting one in the chat over and over again. She says, write this word. So then you write that word. And it makes it so that you're more willing to do whatever she says.
A lot of these people I've seen use NLP training, and I have never done it, but I've done a bit of public speaker training, and I do that. So a lot of the time they reckon if you want to get the message across, you mention something 6 times. And often I'm watching these guys and I'll go, oh, there's the first time, second time, third time. And it's at the end of it, it's not what option you pick. It's if, and they use stupid slurs like, do you want a passive income? Who the hell's going to say no? So they sort of coach you and push you and put you on the rails of that doom. And
it's a sales tactic. But it's also a cult tactic.
Well, that's why I see it. I've been in these cults. I got told that all the unrighteous people are going to get destroyed and all the righteous people are going to inherit the earth and live forever in a paradise earth. That's what I got brought up with. And when I challenged that, I got kicked out of the organization and isolated. So the same goes with this. You can't ask questions.
What one was it, if you don't mind me asking?
I was a Jehovah's Witness.
Oh, okay, Yep.
And if you keep promoting these multi-level marketing, I still know Jehovah's Witnesses. I'll send them around and knock on your door. But that's what I used to do.
I haven't spoken much about Jehovah's Witnesses, but I have done like Scientology, Eckankar, a lot of the other like really bad cults, like Jonestown, Manson, all those ones we've covered.
Well, my thing is I've had 2 people in my immediate family die by suicide, and my father, my stepfather, Robert De Heck, when I was 9 years of age, he died by suicide. He was 36 years of age, and on the 3rd of December was when he died. My sister, who was 2 years older than me, waited until she got to the age of 36 and took her life on the same day.
Wow.
And both those people, I felt, couldn't live up to the expectations that those religions put on people. So after I was in the New York Times, I had these organizations, whistleblower companies, reached out to me. One of them said they'd been researching one of these scams, and they said they had tracked 11 people who had died by suicide, who'd lost their fortune, lost their houses, lost their everything because they believed it. And this is part of my crusade. And and these people here have been told that they can have that passive dream that you see on Instagram and earn $442,860 a month if they just pay her $25 to lock yourself in. All that terminology they use is going into people's heads who may be lonely, sad, sitting home alone.
It also builds up that dream, and it makes them think all of their problems are about to be solved, and that letdown when you do kind of realize that you're
Yeah.
in this, that's also caused a lot of people to take their lives because they realize that they were lied to, they were deceived, and all these dreams that they thought of in their head, nothing's going to actually happen that they've been dreaming about.
100%. And it's disgusting. And these guys are the bottom feeders. I mean, I just cannot express how, and this lady here, she is out for herself. She doesn't care about anyone. She's even said that.
I don't think that they were born evil. I think that when they maybe first joined MLMs like 10 years ago or whatever, they probably were just like most of the other people that join that want to help people. But then through the process of going up the MLM, a lot of people lose their morality along the way. They lose their integrity along the way. Money makes people do crazy things,
Well,
so does power.
They desensitize to it. I mean, these people
and then you turn evil eventually because you can only do that for so long.
It's like when you fall asleep on your arm and you wake up in the morning, you've got a spare arm in my bed because you can't feel your arm anymore. It hits you on the face and you go, whose arm's that? But they get so desensitized. And like you said, you've been following this passive thing for 3 years. I've been following this hyperverse thing. And the hyperverse thing is a lot of people made a ton of money. And they got a touch of the money and the greed. And then they want to maintain this 2 month, 3 month money squirt they got.
Yep.
And now they're desperate. Then these people, this lady,
and they
is
start
desperate.
doing real shitty ass things for that.
Yep, and no one's stopping them. And then crypto, Donald Trump comes out with endorsing crypto, and we're doing the right thing. But this ain't crypto.
No.
This has nothing to do with crypto. This is fraud, and this is deceiving people and saying you're going to get this if you do that. It's lying, manipulation. It's just the worst. So, and these
Joe, I can't either. I don't know how they're doing it, but like there has to be something that they're doing because I don't think like On Passive even used to do that, as you know, where it would look like they had like 10,000 people watching, but we would be like, there's no way 10,000 people are in here right now. Like, what is going on, And I can't find it either, Joe. Like, if you search, like, I can't find one. But I'm like, I don't know. Maybe they have a trick that we just haven't caught on to yet. Because I feel like we're always trying to be one step ahead of these things.
But you would think if you had 30,000 people in a database that you'd be growing daily. But it's always around about the 900 if they're lucky.
Well, see, that's the thing. Same with the views, too. And her channel isn't growing huge. Yeah. And you would think if all these people were coming over, that the channels would then also be growing. Like, but none of that's really happening. So I'm kind of confused. Like, I'm like, if you know 30,000 extra people today that you didn't know before today, where are they?
That never adds up. There's always some tomfoolery behind it.
It's so weird.
I quite like finding it though. Well, we're getting smarter though. We're honestly. Oh, she's gone and I'm in charge. That's cool. Oh no, you're there. Oh, sorry. I thought you disappeared. I used to use StreamYard and I had other people on and I'd get kicked off and they'd be on. Have you had that problem before? Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm running your show. Thought that just happened. But these we're learning. My database and this what we're doing with these people and the information that we learn every time. Even how I got kicked off YouTube the other day, I learn. And when we document and we do videos to help other people and educate, and there's some really good intel going on and what she's doing. So next time somebody starts doing this, what I find the biggest frustration in my line of what I do is there's no people stopping these people grow. They wait until they grow and then they have a crime committed and then they go after them. So intervention doesn't seem something that people will employ.
The only way is to do what we're kind of doing, and that's spreading awareness through public service. That's the only thing that we can really do to be proactive. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of proactivity going on in the government or with the police. It's something always has to happen before they do something, and it has to be something big. The SEC wouldn't even go after Ash at first But then once he pocketed $108 million, then they're like, oh, okay. Right?
I got told by the IRS that no one held a gun to their head when they handed over their money for these investment scams. If I was chasing romance scams, then they have a compassion or a heartfelt story behind it, and they'll go after those ones. So, you know, when literally the agent that I was talking to said to me, when we get these crypto Ponzi schemes, we glaze over. And I said, unless it's on an A4 piece of paper, who took the money, where the money is, and what the crime is, you won't catch our attention. So I said, great. So when I went to this thing in Australia, Sydney, there's a university lecturer, and she was, I don't know, she was on the spectrum, but she was friggin' amazing. And she was telling us,
spectrum, my brother.
brilliant. Well, you think different, right? And she said the only way to stop these guys at the moment is disruption. And out of 150 people, she pointed straight at me, and she said, you know, do what the YouTubers doing. Go into these rooms, cause disruption and mayhem.
And there's YouTubers out here that have connections as well that are shutting down the call centers. There's YouTubers that are also working with law enforcement to go after all of that. So like right now, YouTube is kind of the way that we're combating these scams, the best that we ever have in the past. We've never, as the public, been able to come together and be like, let's all go take on this fucking call center and shut it down. Let's all hack their systems, delete all their files, get them on camera so that we see their face. The things that people are doing is a fabulous out here, and it's the only way that we're going to even make a dent. It's the only way. Without people like all of us, these scams would be 10 times worse right now. And I really do believe that. I believe it would be so much worse right now if none of us were doing anything. And no matter what you're doing, even if you're just reporting them on Facebook, you know, you see MLMs pop up and you just report it. You see a pyramid scheme, you report it. Even if that's all you're doing, you're still making a small dent there. Yep. That still counts. That matters in this big scheme of things, right? Like if we could get everyone in the public to like come together and do things like that, it would be really helpful.
We've got dreams of things we'd like to do. And one of them was if we had 100 people log into a Zoom meeting with a name saying scam.
Yep.
Well, you know, we would.
What would they do?
Well, they would have to keep, like the Tug Man come on the other day, and he's obviously got me in trouble. But, you know, that's against the terms and conditions and they shut down the meeting. We used to go to Zoom and report these meetings. We shut down 100 meetings. And then Zoom come back to me and said, because I put the pay slip of some guy that was on the dole on the screen, I shared private details of somebody's home address. So we had this guy that was on the dole promoting Ponzi schemes, and we found it was actually Tugman managed to get onto the guy's computer and share his pay slip to show that this guy was on the dole. And because we did that, Zoom looked at it and said, oh, you've broken our terms and conditions. But Section 8 of terms of conditions of Zoom, so you're not allowed to promote multi-level marketing.
Yeah.
So now they have banned me from even communicating with them. So then I started ceasing correspondence with a lawyer that managed to sue Zoom for $87 million. They won a case for privacy problems. And then I got some
up a bit.
Well, I did. I got some really serious emails from Zoom telling me to F off, basically, or we're doing anything we can. But that, you know, and they just don't care. So I can't even write to Zoom. So, but if there's a report option on these meetings and people sit here and look, but if they just click report and say these are running a multi-level marketing pyramid scheme, if they get one of those get through to the right person, they'll shut that meeting down. But then they have to start up a new Zoom connection. And Megan won't be able to do that easily. But we were talking to big cartel networks that were just firing out new Zoom connections every day.
Yeah, like it wouldn't work in a lot of them because they'll just get one of their buddies to start the next Zoom. And then they'll get another one of their buddies to do that. And they'll just like hop from account to account to account. We had them doing that non-passive a little bit too, where they would like hop from one account to the other account. So it was like don't even know whose account I'm reporting.
Hey, there's very few people like you and myself, and I'll say it, and Oz is amazing, but people who are YouTubers that cause disruption, and that's what we're really all about. I think, we've got people like Jelly Snack in the chat room and holding up signs and those type of people I know.
And Jelly Snack knows how to go into a chat and disrupt people. And we've sent like 10 people. I mean, I don't have 100, but we sent like 10 to 15 people in a chat before and had the scammers going. We like to do that kind of stuff too, but we keep it online. I don't usually take it offline unless I'm reporting to the agencies. I report a lot to the FTC, right? So I do a lot of that, but
do you have good success with the FTC thing or whatever it's called?
The FTC sometimes sometimes I have had them send like a letter over with like a warning, but so far I'm not having much luck with them in terms of Marty DeGarmo's illegal income claim.
If you've got anyone in Texas, we've got the Texas State Security Board on our fingertips, and they're very good. So anyone that's in
Maybe
Texas,
I should hit them up.
Well, we've got email addresses, and they actually access our database. So when we update, like I update Megan's profile, and I can see who's been looking at it, and they're watching. But this, and also they do what we do, but they don't go public. But they can't tell us what they're looking for. So we say, well, look, here's access to our database. Just help yourself.
Yeah.
And fortunately enough, I can see what they're snooping at. So that sort of gives me a little bit of indication what to feed them. So in Megan's case, for example, we've now got Tony, Megan, Regan, and that other guy, and we're building files on them. So all the key players.
Yeah. Yep.
And then that will go into a cluster of people. And then we don't go after everybody. A whole bunch of people. Well, it gets pathetic after a while, but these two ladies on the screen at the moment, I can look up their phone number. We send them texts. We tell them that they're going in our database, and that scares them off sometimes. Like Tony was absolutely freaking out. She sent me 2-3 cease and desist orders if I don't remove the videos.
Some of them are very, very sensitive. I've gotten fake cease and desist orders before. That's been fun.
I love the mentality.
I got a Dear There letter, and it was spelled Dear THEIR, and then it signed off with no name, and no lawyer was given.
Oh my God! Well, I got obviously year before last, somebody's trying to sue me in the New Zealand court for $3.8 million, and that cost me $36,600 to defend myself. An hour and a half before the High Court judge actually opened the file, they decided to file a discontinuance. But they spent a week prior saying that they would stop the case because they couldn't get out of the case once they started because it was in the High Court. Wow. And they couldn't just back out of it unless they said they've effed up. So long story short, they offered to pay all my legal fees and run away. And then we said, yeah, okay, well, we don't care. So then they said, oh, but you've got to remove all the videos you've done. And then we said, we're going to relish our day in court. 2 days later, we're in the courtroom, literally, and they filed a discontinuance an hour and a half. And the judge sits there and holds up a piece of paper and said, if they filed a discontinuance, and their lawyer stands up with his gown thing on going, yes, yes, yes. And I'm sitting there trying to eyeball the guy because I want to go, fuck you. but it was just like, and then 2 months later, I got awarded my costs, and the judge says, oh, we think you spent a little bit too much time defending yourself, so we're only going to award you $27,500. I was short about $8,000. And I thought, oh, really? And it was a landmark case. There's even a university doing a case study on it now. They're going for a law change here in New Zealand, using my case as an example of what overseas people can do to New Zealanders. But in the meantime, I'm paying $5 a week, which I think they've actually stopped taking out of my bank account, ironically. But I learned so much about how defamation cases work. And when somebody gives me a threat, I go, bring it on. Because this scammer, would have had to put $150,000 into a holding account to actually go through the legal system in New Zealand, because he has no assets here in New Zealand. So if I get lumbered with the cost, he can't pay. And then we use legal aid here in New Zealand. So every New Zealander is entitled to a fair trial. So they basically pay for my court case.
Yeah, it's kind of like that here in Canada too.
Well, once they had finished and I won, they asked me for the address of the guy who was the scammer so they could send him a bill. And I said, you're kidding me. Somebody can take us through the New Zealand High Court and you don't even know where they live. It's just the system's stupid. So I learned so much, but now when I hear people threatening, I go, well, bring it on, because I know they just don't have a snowball's chance in hell.
Well, no, they can't really do anything, especially like she even brings up that we're not in the US and we're lucky that we're not in the US, because I'm not in the US either. I'm in Canada.
Boom.
I'm in Canada. You're in New Zealand. And then she's all like, Danny and his minion are lucky that they're not in the same country. And I'm like, you might be lucky that I'm not in the same country, because I would have walked down to the police station by now and
the cool thing is,
take care of this lady.
We just report to the American authorities and they're quite good. And if you get better at it and give them more evidence, like somebody gave me their payment slip for, when you watch my short, a lady gave me the payment slip. And so with that payment slip, that went to the credit card providers, and that's gold. So they asked me for as much information as possible. So we've got crypto wallet addresses, we've got credit card details, we've got somebody who's paid, and it's just and now she thinks that I got somebody to sign up for $25 to generate the transaction so we could report her. But it wasn't. It was one of her own minions.
No, but you know what, Megan? We might write that down for future. That might be a good idea.
Thanks for the tip. It's like, right? And I love when they. It's just you can't make this shit up.
Oh man.
Yeah. All right, come on. Let's play this thing. Let's see what the stupid stuff
I
they're
have
going
to
to
go
say.
check on my kiddo for a second.
I'll look after the show if you like.
Just run and do that. I'll be right back.
Now, like I'm all in the chats on Telegram. I'm looking at people talking next. I'm like, wait a minute, hold up, you gotta go. I'm not sure what you got going on. We're not gonna taint what we got going on in here. So I'm very excited about it. I love the vibe. I love the energy. It's not like I said. It's not like I told my sister. It's not necessarily about the products for me. It's about the people. I was put here to help. Right, Hearts of Diamonds is again. It's a vibe. It's vibe. It's just it's here. I don't even know how else to explain it. That's how good
There's
it
nothing
feels,
to explain.
Right? Something that was said earlier about helping each other and keeping each other, grounded and just being there. We got to unite. We got to do what we have to do, because there's some big things coming in this world and we need to be prepared. Right. So the good thing is God gave Megan this beautiful, wonderful idea. She's here to share it with us, right? Only thing we have to do now is take it and run with it and help as many people as we possibly can, because again, that's why we are here. We're here to get right, stay right with our mind, bodies, and soul. We're here to remain innovative, right, and resourceful, and understand that there is more than enough vibe energy to go around, okay? It is no stopping. It is up from here. And I've seen it already. I felt it. The beginning part of the year, God said something was going to be sent to me. It was going to fall in my lap. I didn't know what it was. And again, when it was brought to me, I was, but then after the conversation and just looking at her YouTubes and things like that, I felt the connection. I said, this is right. This is absolutely right. Faith without works is dead. We got to get to work and we got to get to the top. Okay. We are heading in the right direction. Okay, this is about the people.
To hell.
And again, Megan, thank you so much. Thank you and your team for, bringing this to reality for us, right? So I appreciate it. We appreciate it.
You're all implemented in the scam now.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
These videos will be used.
I really do. I told you, I'm like, I was so blown away by the two of you, and the fact that you're sisters, but not real sisters, but you're Capricorn sisters, but you're
we're real sisters.
No, we're real sisters. We're not twins. We're not real twins, but we're twins.
I didn't know that.
We're biological sisters. We're both Capricorns. Our birthdays are about 10 days apart. But like anything she feels, I feel. And it's so weird because I'll be like, bro, I bought that dress too. She'd be like, oh my God, are you serious? I'm like, yeah. Totally different states.
I love it. I mean, I love the sisterhood. I'm sure.
Yeah, but how does this help your business?
This is faith. It's just faith.
Hanging out now.
Blind faith. What's the business structure? How are you going to make $442,860 a month? Tell us the business plan.
Yeah, like what's the product? It's like I'm really glad that you ladies are all so close, but that doesn't do anything for this business. Like I don't know what is the point of this. This was supposed to show us something.
You guys are different. You talked about being different, but different bad, and I'm sure there's one twin that's a little bit, or one sister that's a little bit more oomph, but
that might be a little bit.
And you and I was like, okay,
She's even
that's
thinking
me,
out a sister.
right? I'm authentically me. We can learn to be polished versions of ourselves, better versions of ourselves. But I absolutely love you already. I can't wait to meet you. I'll be in Las Vegas in April. So we're going to buy.
Okay, so we know you're going to Las Vegas in April, but we don't know what the product is right now.
Well, who is she going to see? She reckons she's going out there to market whatever she's doing. So she must have some other. I mean, is she a credit card provider?
She has all these conferences planned. She listed off like 10 places she was going for conferences, and I was like, I don't care where you're going for conferences. I want to know what we're selling.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Out there as well. So thank you so much. Now let me send your sister. Talk to us, sis.
Hello, everybody. Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes, Megan. Yes, Megan. Yes. Okay. Listen, Megan said on the Zoom, I'm 46. I have a twin. I thought I was talking to my older self in this whole new synergy. I'm like, oh my God, I'm 46. She's not really my twin, but she's my biological sister. And yes, I'm sick of being in these companies where it's on a whole nother route. Like, it's not necessarily about the people. So I'm super turned.
All MLM companies call themselves family. They're all about the community and the people. So when they come on here and they say, I've never seen another company like this, it's like,
oh, who's my mate? Yeah. Where have you been? Yeah. I'm just going to get my mate. I get people ringing up while I'm live. They think I'm live. I should have restreamed you.
You can.
Yeah. Y'all, I have to come into one of these private rooms to talk because I'm already vibing, we the vibes. Listen, the gentleman that spoke earlier, the testament that he had and how he.
Yeah, you missed. Oh my God. I did another stream before this and then my internet went out. It's a couple hours long. You missed the pastor coming on and doing a whole sermon and prayer with this woman.
Oh, I can't stand that. I just honestly think, what the hell are they thinking when they do that,
It was a lot. So what I've been doing is I've been talking Bible verses.
Oh, I'm very good with the
Bible.
Such as
Exodus 23:1. You shall not spread a false report. You shall not join hands with a wicked man to be a malicious witness.
Oh, it's good. I think I've used that one before. I'm getting flashbacks now, but that's okay. I can get therapy.
So that's what I've been doing.
I used, I think it was John in there. It talked about how they threw them out of the temple for doing the money exchanges. That one was quite good. I
there's a good 30 Bible verses that is about not being fake and not harming others and not being fraudulent, really.
I might try rebroadcasting this. Let's see what happens,
was like that. The pastor, Megan, you just be yourself and keep doing what you do because you building some queens over here that's right here with you. We not no joke. We ain't playing around. I'm here in California. I want to shout out my sponsor, Bobby Book, because if it wasn't for him, I would not be here. And also my business partner, Go to Work. She's the type of person that wrote 500 books before ChatGPT. Okay, so we
is this the lady that used to be a policeman?
California. We just
pardon.
Do you remember? Did the lady come on yesterday and she said she used to be a policeman? Do you remember? And she said she was a police officer and she's not now, but she used to be. So that makes it like law abiding. But that was this isn't the lady though, is it? She's not the ex-police officer.
No, this is a new one.
Yeah.
This is a new two ladies that she's brought up. Mimi and Ebony.
whatever drugs they're taking, I wish I'd share them because they come on like they've won lotto because somebody said pay $25 and you're going to make 448, whatever it is. You know,
there's like this high that they get when they all come together to do their personal development trainings, which is what MLMs call like whatever this display is here.
Yep.
And it's the same high that they get when they go to conferences and they pump each other up. And so, yeah, it's a false sense of importance. And it's almost like a drug for some of them. It gives them like an adrenaline rush, you know? And that's why whenever you see them promoting these scams, they come on and they're like, hey, everybody, let's go. And you're like, whoa, you know? Calm down, Sharon, you know? They're all just like, it's like just high off of the dream of never having to work again, being able to do whatever you want. It's like a drug for these people in this hustle culture.
That's good. Hey, we're rebroadcasting. We're away.
Yeah.
Where we going, when we going, and how to show up and show out. Okay, so the fact that this whole team and energy is spiritual, that was enough for me. Okay, so all I'm gonna say is, as a retired peace officer of 22 years.
Oh no, she is the retired. Yeah.
Ah, there you go. I think I might have watched this one then.
So hold on, is this Mimi? Because the other one is she says Ebony on her thing.
Ebony and
so is this one here with the glasses the Mimi girl?
I'm just going to do a wee introduction. 1 second there, please, lady. Hey, hello, everyone. Welcome to the YouTube channel of the Crypto Ponzi Scheme Avenger. I'm currently in somebody else's, the Queen of Karma, and she said I can restream. So I'm restreaming our live broadcast. You'll find in the link a link where you can go watch it live. We'd like to get some more viewers, but some exciting things are happening with Megan and Regan. You have to tune in. It's so exciting. That's me. That's my introduction. Done.
They're very excited.
Yeah. Oh, they are. It's great.
No, you're right. This is the ex-cop.
Yeah, so I must have watched this in my sleep then. Is this
36 years old? No kids, ready to get out here and figure this out. And if whatever's in my wheelhouse that God has, I'm ready for it. I know this is one. So entertainment, entrepreneurship, and helping our people, that's the culture for me. Okay?
I love
that's where I'm at.
I love
it. It feels
she just did prayer hands.
I love it. A guy called Keith Williams used to do that all the time with Kalpesh Patel. He's now passed away, died on the 12th of October. Karma caught up with him. But they used to always do that praying thing. It was like really weird.
For those that are new, because Danny just went live, this is a webinar in which Megan brought a pastor on.
Praise the Lord.
Just did like a whole sermon. And then Danny came on after and they're having a hangout. And that's kind of where we're at now. So the prayer hands is extra creepy after we've had a pastor on there, you know?
Yeah. But everything that's happening at the moment is they've been looked after by the God Almighty, but it's all going pear-shaped. So I think they're worshiping or praying to the wrong God.
Yeah, apparently God told her to start the scam, told her to go right now, she says.
Wow.
Her
just
words,
like that,
told her to go right now.
Feels so good, right? It feels so good because I know sometimes, you know how you go to church and it's all great and then you go outside and you catch hell, right? And it's like, man, if I could just box. And you know, people talk about me being on Zooms all the time. It's because when I leave the Zoom, it's like life, you know, and it's and you got to go through the energy and you know, not everybody's going to like what we do, but as long as we stay together, and
not everyone.
This just feels good. I'll be in California as well. So no worries. Yeah. I'm going to be there. So I'm excited. Do you guys, before we hop off of here, I know Mimi Acosta is on here.
Every multi-level marketer has to be excited. You know, like, I'm so excited. How many times have you heard them say, this is so exciting. This is the best opportunity I've ever seen before the last one. And I've never, ever seen anything like this before. And all these lines that they give you, it's just like, get me a bucket.
For some reason, I think it's because they know that the products don't work well. So it's not like you can really get excited about how great they are. because again, I've worked in sales before. I don't know if you have, but like,
not really.
If you've ever worked in sales, especially for as long as I actually did, you'll find that there's products that maybe you like that you've used that you can sell, and that's more exciting because you actually can use it. Or then sometimes you'll be selling something that maybe you like don't really like, but it's your job to sell it. So you have to like learn the info and regurgitate it and do your best. It's almost like MLMs are the latter one because the products always suck. The products always suck. They never work, whether it's health and wellness, smelly stuff, the essential oils, right? They're not really the best grade, right?
Well, every time we get somebody who says they used to be an MLM, can you please give me one MLM that has delivered on what they said they were, that is still going today that you have been promoting? And they go, oh, and then they talk about the current one. And I go, no, not the current one. The last ones you promoted, because you've got a whole history. None of them can ever answer that question. And I go, they must know, because they're all going for the multi-level marketing commission money. That's it. And, there's no elephant in the room here, is there? Because it's pretty obvious.
It's not about the product. So it's almost like since the product sucks and it's not about that, you have to really pump up the business opportunity. And the only way to do that is through fake it till you make it and pretending. Because none of them are making millions, especially when they first join. So they have to pretend as if they're really successful with this product and because of this business. So they put on this like really happy, exciting show almost. Because you can't really pump up something that isn't that great and just kind of do it in a calm way. Well, so they all end up being like these very enthusiastic, loud, bubbly type people. And it becomes all about your personal development. And there's something really like raw about that already.
I've had people say they make $50,000, are actually making $50,000 a month from whatever they're doing. And I'm going to myself, if I was making $50,000 a month, I wouldn't be stuck in a Zoom meeting trying to recruit people. You would get some meme to do it for you if that was the case. And then this guy was, and then I found other videos of him educating people on how to come up with hard luck stories so that you can connect, like Megan going off to this funeral. Her friend, she slipped out and she said her friend that passed away, we were really, really close. And then she slipped out and said she hadn't spoken to the friend for 2 months prior. So that doesn't make any sense.
Aww.
And then she's in tears yesterday, not because she's her friends died. She's in tears because she's heard this whole thing she's been working from for 16-hour days allegedly would be a toll on her. And her emotions will be running high because we are causing havoc. So she's emotional at the moment and crying, not because of her friend that died, that she hasn't anything to do with. And she's looking for these heartstring moments, crocodile tears, Yeah. It just doesn't make sense. Because if she was devastated about a friend, she would be at their family's place, seeing their family, being around them. If it was her best friend my ass. She ain't got no friends. It's like, and you're going to use that if you can. I'll pretend that my friend that died is the reason I'm my wife. And who's the person that got shot 8 times, got shot by a policeman, so I heard.
Oh my God.
So their friend that got shot 8 times, got shot by a policeman, obviously for doing something wrong, I presume. I don't think policemen shoot people 8 times. So I heard that from somewhere.
And then she compares what she's going through to the Underground Railroad today.
You broke up a little bit there.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's just they use anything they can to connect with the audience. And unfortunately, I don't believe there's 900 people in these Zoom meetings. It doesn't make sense. And
I don't either. I don't.
If there's, hey, Megan, if you're watching this, get everyone. We've been in these Zoom meetings before where they tell everyone to turn their cameras on so they can find us. So why don't you tell everyone to turn their cameras on to prove that you've actually got 900 people in your Zoom meeting? Otherwise, we're starting to think they're somehow bots or, engaging, telling everyone to put 1 in the chat room, for God's sake. I mean, we're over that, aren't we? Come on. Do you have to have the, what do they call it when you have the masses behind you? It's like gang mentality. when the masses, the mob's behind this,
Mob
so everyone has to go forward.
Herd mentality, yeah.
Yeah, that's what she's doing. She's using all the sheep. We have sheep in New Zealand, and one sheep goes in and they all follow.
That's exactly what it is. And the more she gets them to do that, the more willing they'll be to follow her, weirdly enough.
Yeah.
It's all just to manipulate people to stick around in this.
Well, but Mimi, I don't see you. You can raise your hand. Here, I'll unmute you real quick. Talk for me real quick, Mimi, before the scam.
Hello.
I'll find you. Wait.
Hi, I'm here.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, let me mute you. Now I'm going to mute you, and you got to unmute yourself again, ladies. All right. You there, Mimi?
Yes, I am here.
Telling you about these ladies. I've gotten a chance to meet a lot of people.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Let me go ahead and add you.
There we go.
There we go. Listen.
Hi.
Track this lady down. And this lady, actually, we've gone after her. We found out she's in a band, and I put a profile up. This is one of the ladies I built a profile on yesterday. So this is going to be a good one because this lady's got a band. We found the phone number and we've texted them. This is what we do. We normally find their phone number and then text them.
Well, they put their phone numbers in the damn description.
I know, we've got those all covered.
Jesus fuck, I keep telling them
and then what we do is what we've done with this one is we have I have actually put a profile on about her.
Okay.
But then we've gone through all the places now this is what we'll do to cause disruption. We'll find where this lady, she's in a band.
Yeah.
We'll find all the gigs where she is playing, and we will send emails to the gig providers telling them that she is grooming people for a Ponzi scheme or a scam. And then we always get feedback from it. I mean, that's a wee bit over the top. But these people in these meetings who are promoting it, these are on the leadership board, a lot of these girls. So they're active and they're out there and they're trying to make a bit of side hustle money. But when you start going after their jobs, like Tony was worried that we were going to go after her employer. And then I said, oh, thanks for the tip. So then we found out where she works, and she's in a recruitment company. So then we just fire off a whole lot of emails to everyone in the recruitment company. We find the CEOs of the company and we go,
company.
Oh, something like that. I'm not quite right with my facts, but if we can, we find them. And then we found this lady's Instagram account. I've got a whole profile on this lady now. And then I send that link of that profile to this lady with her phone number and say, we are now monitoring you. And that happened after I saw her in this video already. So then they freak out and we don't see them again. That's why. And that's our way of fighting back on these scammers. We don't play
poor
nice.
Megan, she'll just keep losing friends.
I was over here fighting.
Oh my goodness, Mimi, meet the ladies. I love them already.
Hi, ladies.
Ladies.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
Muy bien, gracias. Look, I saw the last name Sanchez. I was about to, ándale, let's go.
But that's Ebony. I'm Latanya.
No,
Hi,
she said she's
Latanya.
seen the last name Sanchez.
Yeah, I saw Sanchez. I was
I'm married.
ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before we get on, because I know, listen,
Bizarre.
I'm changing the game. It's a good thing when you are part owner and you can change the game. And people are like, well, you're talking about the comp plan and we give disclaimers. It's all good, right? But we're going to have people who, it's a scam. And I always say, you guys know, I say scam stands for still confused about money. And not everything's a scam. Not everybody's out to get you. Are there people here out to get us?
So close.
Absolutely, right? So we got to band together, but we almost have to be like that, that pack where you're vulnerable by yourself. But if we stay together, no matter, even when the money comes, right, we got to stay together. So, and I'm recording this right now because it's important, because they say money changes you. But to be honest, I've always been like this. And even when I had the money, I was still like this. Because the money is just going to elevate or heighten who you already are. So if you're a bad now, and you're going to get money, and you might just be a bad person, right? So right now, 18 people what we're trying to do is just
how many you got?
Focus on
I
being
have 5.
better. I got to be better, right?
That's 23
I had a
people.
rough day today. Like
Welcome.
I did for a minute, and then I talked to you ladies, and then I talked to and I'm being honest. I'm being 100% honest.
He's being
because
honest
it's
this time.
when you have
That's a
people
surprise.
constantly, they bring you things. Oh, this person said this, and I'm like, I don't care. Like, but like sometimes like that seed of doubt. And then I talked to you two ladies, and then Mimi, you and I were on, and I'm like, I know I'm in the right place. I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Because
so it's their fault she's still doing this.
Yeah. Oh, last time for me.
Damn.
The lady in the green, I've just found a link. She's promoting something else. Oh, no. Oh, see, they've got music on Spotify and Apple Music. So she's actually in a band. I've just put the link in your chat room. But she's also got a thing. So, technically speaking, I mean, if this lady is out there actively promoting and recruiting people, we just love when they give us their website addresses. If you go to you'll see in the chat room, I put her website address. We're not polite. We don't do anything wrong. All this is public information, but it is quite interesting. We need to talk about the elephant in the room, that these scams are connected to cartels, which are connected to human trafficking. Yes. And people don't believe that's true because they can't see the bigger picture. But honestly, when I went to the seminar, they showed us how they move the money around. They showed us how they launder the money in crypto. And they showed us where the money is parked. They showed us wallet addresses where money's sitting there and no one's touching it. So there's no surplus of money in crypto where they're collecting. And we've watched millions of dollars. I've got photos of 10 human trafficking compounds. I've been to Cambodia, and there was 30 casinos in Cambodia, and they were all owned by the Chinese. They were leased back to the Cambodians, and they were using American money on the table. And these compounds exist. Now, we had the chief of police for Cambodia, the head guy for the police at this conference, and people are calling them out saying, "What are you doing about it?" And he goes, "Oh no, they're just in Chinese names. They're not owned by the Chinese." Well, who are they owned by? And he said, "Oh, we now have 130 casinos," and it's just, and they've got these hotel resorts, which are 500 room hotel resorts, 25 stories high on the beachfront in Cambodia. Cambodia is like a third world worst country, starving kids. It's a hard country to travel. And here they've got these flash hotels all owned. So all the money that has been exploited has been built into these casinos. And the biggest thing they went on about in this conference was the online casinos. And that's where the money is getting moved, because these people gamble and they hook money out of people all the time. So this is very small, the Ponzi scheme stuff, but it's still connected. And that's the sad part, So Megan's supporting human trafficking.
It's the funding, almost part of the funding.
Yeah. Well, I reckon there's a scam conference where you go and they pitch you a scam and you buy the scam, or these scam companies come to individuals like Megan and say, "Oh, look, we want to launch this. This is what we have in mind. Can you get your community to buy?" There must be some sort of scam database where you buy your scams, because we've seen them come out.
There is a scam syndicate, and it's also where they buy and sell the lists of people's information, and it's also where they buy and sell the data that they steal from people. It's KYC, all kind of the same sort of thing.
So
I'm sure that the FBI would know.
They don't tell you too much. Basically, I've got contacts with people like from the FBI, and I won't say who, but they don't. If they tell me to, if I put something in an email, they said then it has to go through the system. But if you want to ask questions, ring me up and ask me, and I'll tell you the answer. That's what they literally say to me, because they said the system is so horrible that slows everything down. So we just use it to build database. I tell you something interesting. Bloomberg Business Weekly interviewed me about a month ago, and they're going to come out with a 15 to 25 minute documentary. They've already done one, and they just messaged me 2 days ago telling me it's been held because they've got more information, blah, and it's going to be released next month. But the same organization went to Dubai and interviewed one of our big scammers called Shavis Anwar, and he claimed he had 120 staff working for him building his scams, and he also claimed he was going to release a credit card called 9Pay. So they went to Visa, because he said Visa was backing it. And Visa said, "We don't know Shavis Anwar. We do not know the credit card that he's talking about." The very next week, he went and rebranded that credit card to be called Liquid Pay. So it's liquid without no I at the start. So it's LQ Pay. We went and registered the domain name liquidpay.com, and he's been doing denial server attacks on the website, trying to shut it down, but we're using it to expose him. Now, he's released that on an app on the Google Play Store and the Apple Play Store. He's released the app under a different company name that's in their terms and conditions on their website. And Bloomberg got a public announcement from Visa saying that they have no connection with him. And so he rebranded the company a week later, and business is normal. And now he's managed to get his app in the Apple Play Store, which is just incredible. And people are buying it, putting their crypto wallets into it, and then transferring money into this platform, thinking that they're going to get, every time somebody you refer gets this card, you can get 3% cash back. Every time they spend $100, you get $3 of it. And this is, and we can't stop them. And we've watched this, big time people, big time name, big time reporters go after these guys, expose them, and it just continues.
Yeah, now they'll put in other people's names. They'll rebrand the company 17 times if they have to. Like Ash is actually just about to shut down on Passive because it's being sued, and he's gotten in all kinds of trouble with it, and start a new company. We're the ones that outed the information. Yeah. He hasn't told his people that yet. And they claim that it's not happening, but they're deleting all signs of on Passive from all their channels and stuff. So we're like, well, why would you do that then? And I believe that he's involved in some of this stuff because he has a lot of crypto that he put away. That's
we've got this company that is who have offered to put all my data into their 3D matrix system, and it gives you a 3D look at how all these are connected. And there's a couple of videos, I'll send them to you offline, and they are a UK-based platform, and they're going to come up with like the ultimate database. But they're not going to how do I say, the police and all the law enforcement can't use the database because they don't know where the intel come from.
Exactly.
So we're going to use it for the private sector and give it to the people like the credit card payment providers so they can see who's connected to who. So Megan would literally be flagged for the rest of her life. Anything Megan does online, any transactions, every time she goes to set up a payment gateway, this database would show she's been connected to this, and this. And that's exactly what they'll use that database for. So we are the private sector are going to come up with solutions, and then you watch the governments come along begging us to access that data. So, I had the police knocking on my door about 6 weeks ago, delivering a trespass notice because a lady said that I outed her on the internet and said I knew where she lives. This lady used to work in the call center in the police. So she got them to drop off a trespass notice because she was concerned about her safety, stating that I'm not allowed to get on her property. And I'm going, go investigate the lady who's issued the trespass notice because she's involved in a $350 million scam and you're delivering messages to stop me investigating her. I said, come into the house and I'll show you what I'm doing in the database I have, and I'll show you videos of this lady promoting and doing what she's doing. And they said, oh, no, we don't want to get into that. And I said, why don't you want to get into this? Why don't you want to find out about what this lady's doing? Oh, we know what you do, and we're going to come back with other complaints as well. And I said, what have I done? I said, I'm doing your job for you. I said, get off my property and just get out of here and go do some real police work. I don't talk to police like that. But it's like, it's so frustrating that they just don't have their head around what's actually happening, and they don't work swift enough. I mean, this lady's theoretically got 30,000 people and she's got their names and their email addresses in a database. So what? But now she reckons she's got $12,500 worth of money, which is $300,000 out of these people. And she'll just rinse and repeat until why doesn't somebody knock on her door and say, Megan, if you carry on, you're going to be arrested. And so is your sister and your 6-year-old niece, whatever it is, because that would scare them. But no one is willing to do that because they'll get done in courts for defamation or something stupid, It's just, I don't know. Yeah, it's my rant for today.
No, it's true. It's very frustrating, right? Because you try to do your best to report them, but then it doesn't go anywhere.
Disruption is the key. Disruption is everything.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean,
have we disrupted her? Have we disrupted her?
That's right.
in here, but they're listening. So get this part.
Right. Yes. And Pastor Carlos did it for all of us. Okay. He came in with his energy, and I was over here like jumping for joy. Like I was, if I may just share
support
this little
group
piece,
meeting.
like, let me tell you guys how really crazy and how busy the devil was earlier today. Like I know I needed to be at this 8 o'clock. And I'm like, you know, against the traffic and everything. But let me tell you guys how crazy it was. I come catching an Uber from my tax office here. The Uber driver puts me out of the Uber because he cannot drive this far out. He's like, I'm not going to make it that far. So he puts me out. I had to order another Uber, jump in that Uber, be on my way here. And I'm here texting Megan, like, look.
That was God trying to stop you from coming to this meeting.
If I had to call from the Uber, I was going to make sure that I made it, you know. And then when I listened to King Coates earlier talking about he's in his car, I'm just like, look, we're going to be here no matter what. I was like, Father God, in the name of Jesus, I'm going to make it there at 8 o'clock. And you should have seen me throwing things off when I came and running through the door. Let me put back on my lipstick, get presentable, because I'm about to talk to all these people. And I was just like, Father God, chill. Everything's going to be okay. Then I'm listening to Megan calling my name now, and I'm over here fighting to get on, and I'm sending Bev and everybody messages, Jonathan, everybody. I'm just like, look, devil, flee.
Yeah.
In Jesus' name, flee. So when Pastor Carlos came on and he started praying, I was just like, you know what, Father God, I so needed that. So Pastor Carlos, thank you so much. You know, and King Coates is amazing. He's such a great motivational speaker. So he actually injected something else in me. And I'm just like, I'm ready. Let's go. Let's go. Scammers,
Amen,
thank you.
Wow.
Yes, amen to that. Ashe. I want to jump in real quick if it's okay. Mr. Bernard, I don't know how none of this conversation today without you, Mr. Bernard. Like, so grateful for you and your humble synergy king. Thank you so much for having myself, my sister, the Cali team, Bobby, Nichelle. It's a plethora of us coming, but thank you, Mr. C. Bernard, the connector. Okay.
Yes. I love, you know what? I probably honestly wouldn't be here without him. Kurt introduced
This is where
me to
she starts
Pastor.
crying.
Like I got a chance to meet Jonathan through Guy Coates. I got a chance to meet all of these amazing people. And it all started, guys, listen, with a phone call. And Carlos Bernard, I was already talking to Carlos before any of this happened. And I was like mourning, like I was in a place. I was in a dark space for a second. You know what I mean? Like, I know you didn't bring me this far, God. I know, I mean, I have this skill set. And you know what God did, though? It was interesting. Put me back where I came from. One of my friends is a principal, and he said, hey, you know, you should come. We need substitute teachers. And I'm like, I'm not trying. I was like, well, I'm here with my daughter. I'm literally here all day. And I'm doing my business, my other business, and I'm making money in this other business, but no impact I didn't feel. You know what I mean? Like I'm making money over here I don't really feel like I'm making impact. And so I went back into the school and I got a chance to like sub. I love subbing because I don't have to grade no papers. They're like, we want to hire you. Oh no, sorry. I ain't going to be anywhere all the time like that. I will be here and hang out. But sometimes, guys, listen, we do have to look back for just a moment. And I did have to go back into that school because it reminded me of like when I first got that feeling. And
I got that feeling.
These kids need help. Like they are out here struggling. Their parents are, but it's so easy to turn a blind eye when you're not in the environment anymore.
That's true.
You know, and my students are still getting killed every single day, but I don't know them. And I don't want to be that close though. And at one point it was that fear that it was going to get too close to me. I have a 23-year-old son. So when people tell me, oh, they're not going to get this off the ground, you got to keep my son. This is why I'm here. Right? It was the fear of like being like Carlos. Carlos lost his son to gun violence. Everybody I've talked to, I got a chance to talk to another lady today who lost her son to gun violence. And I'm sure some people don't care. And these scammers and these people who are trying to take us down, like, I feel sorry for you because vengeance is the Lord. Because I already know what's going to happen. What do you think is going to happen when we put all of these young men and women though. But I'm talking specifically to the young men right now who are, that's why I got Guy. Because my son needs a father around. Guy's not the dad, you know, but Guy took my son under his wing in our last opportunity. So did Javian. So did, you know, because a lot of times people get into these companies and the money changes them and I didn't bring my son into this to put him back into like the world.
No.
You know what I mean? So this time I said, if I'm going to build
She
it, I'm
starts
going to
crying
go get the
soon.
men.
This is quite a
I
good
got to
one to
go get
watch.
the men because sons need men. And they're out here literally.
Well, what we'll do is we'll watch the crying part and then we'll
Yeah.
go read the behind MLM
Oh,
article.
please do. You'll love it. I'm just
To
actually
wrap
trying
it
to have a
up, for
sneaky.
sure.
I'm trying to have a sneaky look myself because I only got to halfway through it and then I jumped in the shower.
Yeah, we'll go through it again for sure.
Surviving barely or not. But what do you ladies think is going to happen? Because like, I don't know.
You're
I
going
know
to get
you
arrested.
have kids, Mimi. I don't know if the two of you have kids, but being a single, the challenge.
Yeah, it's definitely a challenge. And I'm glad you brought that up, Megan. We're so connected in a lot of ways because part of something that I do want to put together this year, I'm all about women empowerment and things like that. But I do believe that our men, our young boys, they don't have that that community, right? That network. So that is part of the plan this year to put something together like that. And now that I have Vibe, right? Now it's all kind of like
what have you
working
got
together
exactly
when you really think about it. So the only thing I can tell you is to just continue to pray and keep God first and keep the young men busy and try to keep them as far as away as you can from those type of things. You know what I mean? Because I have three.
Yeah,
I have a 6-year-old
Mum's
son,
a criminal.
a 21-year-old daughter, and a 14-year-old daughter. So I get it. Even when my girls, they go to school the 14-year-old, she was going to school every day. She's now homeschooled because of fear for those very things like gun violence, school shootings, and things like that.
Mum took money from us.
I have a 10-year-old and she already knows that these are scams.
Yeah.
And that if anyone ever comes and tries to get her to join something and they don't tell her what she's joining, do not join.
Yeah. It's like, well, it's simple logic sometimes. It's I don't know. I just still don't understand why so many people would even sign up on this, you know. But, you know.
It's because they're selling the American dream.
And
apparently everybody wants to buy that.
But the only thing we can do is just break those generational curses, create our own, connect, unite, and create those, those communities. It's the best way I can put it. We got to work together. We got to stop losing our youth to the streets. We do.
You know, we want to give a special shout out and just pray for Nina. Nina, you know, there's so many people in this community.
Here we go.
And I'm literally talking 24 hours a day to all of them. Like the UK is going to open up. Dubai is going to open up. All these places. So I have a small window. I have another call I have to do at 10:30 for California.
Spanish.
But Nina's child was at school and they had a school shooting and some people passed away at the school. And I'm dealing like with a lot. And then sometimes you catch hell when you're trying to do the right thing. And I don't always
She's just trying to help people make money.
I'm fiery. Mimi, I told you, I am very fiery.
It seems like she's gone through a lot of stuff. Yeah. Like apparently there was a shooting by a cop that got her friend. Now there's a shooting at this school.
Yep. She's looking for ways to connect to people. And she's trying to say she's an emotional genius. God doesn't want you building communities through the world with the sinner. Thank you, Richard. That's one of my comments. Crypto Dynamo. To pop into the chat. We're winning the battle today. Oh my God.
Like sometimes I'm like, God has to shut my mouth because sometimes I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to fight for my authenticity. I'm ready to fight for what I believe in, that I know sometimes you can't. Like Guy said, you gotta allow God to do it. So
God.
I just want to say thank you. I don't know if any of you have anything to say before we hop off. I know there's still 734 people on here. If you guys would like to be on, I'm right now, while the heat's on a little bit, while it's a little fiery, we're gonna do this. We're gonna invite people on because people do podcasts all the time. So
Right.
I'm gonna do the presentation, but I'm gonna do it like back in the day we used to do it when it was like you guys don't remember, I'm sure, but we used to do the what was it, the conference calls and
conferencing, right?
That's how I
The
started.
meeting after the meeting.
I started,
Yes. The meeting after the meeting.
Right.
So introduce me to the tribe, guys. If you and maybe we're on for 30 minutes because we don't have to give attention to the haters. We don't have to do any of that, but
No,
I know it's
she's talking about it,
9:16
though.
and I have another call. Do either of you ladies or Guy or Jonathan or anybody, do you guys 10 seconds want to add anything before we hop off of here? Because we're coming clock, 8 o'clock.
I'm going to say this before we go.
She already done
Just
the
remember
time.
that the devil only has one ability, and that's the ability to whisper in your ear. He cannot make
Oh,
you do anything.
cliches.
Just
Make up
remember
your
that.
own quotes.
That's right. And you guys
I
already
want to
know.
send out. Sorry, sis.
For real.
You
Go
still
ahead.
talking?
No, please go right ahead. You go right ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mimi. First of all, thank y'all, ladies. Thank
It's all just buzz phrases and stuff that they all use over and over again.
Yep. It's like a wash machine, and what's it going to come out when you open the front loader door? What's falling out this time? It's all the same shit. Yeah.
Right.
It's funny how you
you
get
bringing
so
us on the
used to it,
platform
don't you?
tonight.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
you start to learn all of them. You really do. Gets to the
Yeah,
point where if somebody says one of them just in like normal everyday life, like the cashier at the grocery store, without
Yeah.
realizing it, will like be like, "Oh yeah, I hope you're in it to win it today," and I'll be like,
Yeah.
"In it to win it."
Yeah. Oh, you've been trained by
You
multi-level
know?
marketers. Yeah. Oh my God.
As Angel
yeah.
says, yes, and the devil is whispering, "Join my MLM." Jesus would not want you to join it.
No, the devil on your shoulder. I don't get it. I actually don't get the mentality behind it. I'm not educated. If I ever got educated, I would do a what do you call it? A psychology degree, because the human mind and what makes people believe this shit, or even religions and cults. I just don't get it. I believe that you
you've
can
come
have
to the right place, because what I do here is I explain that.
Oh, well, I love it because it's, like all my life, I've been involved in this sort of shit where people get told something and they believe it and they don't question it. They don't push back. And I just, like I've got an 81-year-old mother who lives 9 minutes down the road. She doesn't talk to me, but she said to me the other day, she would rather I died by suicide and live with the hope that I'd get a resurrection on a paradise earth than have a relationship with me because I'm not in the same religion as her.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow. And you sit there and you think, wow, did you just say that, mum?
Yeah.
And, and she even tried dragging me through the court system a couple of years ago, stating that she was in fear. She needed a protection order because she was in fear that she couldn't exercise her freedom of religion. And because of me being a YouTuber and I was exposing the religion. And I'm going, really? And the judge just said, this is stupid. She didn't even turn up in the court at the end. She sent my nephew along instead. And you sort of think, and you're sitting here listening to this in the courtroom and you're going, I'm sitting in here. And they finished up, threw it all out because it was just so stupid. But in the name of religion. And, and people go to me now, do you have a faith? And I say, I don't care anymore. I don't care if I die. That's how sad it is. But I'm not longing for any direction or any way to go. I'm quite happy. And I've lived a fantastic life. My mum doesn't even know me. I've traveled 35 countries. I've had great businesses, not now, but, and I've done some real cool things. My mum doesn't even know who her son is because of a religion. And, and I'm really close to my mum. That's the ironic thing. And now she's got Parkinson's my
mom actually also has Parkinson's.
And it's just sad, and it's just, and a lot of this, what gets me about the multi-level marketing stuff is they destroy relationships. They destroy families. And that's what
they will
doing.
tear apart families. Like they've told people like, hey, your spouse doesn't want you pouring your money into this. Leave your spouse. Right? If your kids don't support you, stop talking to them. They obviously don't love you because they won't help you in this scam if they won't join under you. And it's really, Really, really manipulative.
It's horrible. It's the dirtiest low, but it's scraping the scum off the bottom of the floor and making somebody drink it, knowing it's not good for them and not caring about it. They're just so desensitized.
Yeah.
You know, is Megan happy, or is she searching for happiness?
She's searching.
Is this her joy? Is this what she wakes up in the morning and goes, I'm a good person, I'm living a good life, I'm looking for, I actually do, I work,
Yes.
and I enjoy sitting in front of the computer, I enjoy doing this, and I love having conversation, meeting new people, I love what I do. I don't think they love what they do.
Yeah.
But they do it.
No.
For the love of money, the hope that money is going to change their life around for the better. And they talk about like they've got money, had money, and they know all about money. And I come out of retirement for do this one last time. And it's like, really? Did you really come out of retirement? Or are you a washed up scammer who needs some more money and you find it hard like the rest of us? Why don't they put their energy into building being entrepreneurial? Come up with a product. Why not, come up with a product, put a markup on it and sell it, or a service. If she thinks she's a coach,
they don't want you. They're lazy.
Yeah, they want a passive income dream. Friggin' hell! Don't get me started.
Super grateful again. Super grateful to Bobby Buck, Mr. Bernard. Go to work. And I'm grateful my sister seen it. I have to borrow some of her beliefs
enough times,
on
you'll
the
be grateful.
stability side of this opportunity, because again, I've been doing a lot of this for a long time. So I'm super grateful for everything here, everybody here. We have an office here in Long Beach. We're willing to open it up to anybody in California.
Extra grateful.
We will travel to you and help you.
I'm so happy. I'm so excited.
Physically, okay? I'm the girl that's gonna come to you and help you with the garage, the back door, wherever. 7-Eleven, Lil Joe, okay? Hit me up.
Right now, you're just the girl with a bad connection.
I love it. So listen, let's. Where Callie is on.
Keep laughing when you laugh shit.
So you guys know that, and Mimi, you can jump into. You guys know that Kathleen Bradley is on fire. Remember from Friday? Hey, Miss Parker. Doing her thing, right? So she's in California as well. So we'll get together and we'll get an event planned out there. But I'm going on tour starting February the 8th. Right. My friend passed away. Her funeral is on the 5th. And I'm really doing this for her because she reached out to me a couple months before she just passed away a couple days ago. And she asked me, like, do you have anything? And I knew what she was asking, but I didn't want to believe it. She's like, do you have anything like business or anything?
You're dying on your bed,
do? And
deathbed, and you ring up Megan and you go, Megan, have you got anything? Have you got something? Have you got something for me, Megan? Like she's the savior.
Yeah, I know. That's so weird, isn't it?
It doesn't even make sense.
That never happened.
Well, she's throwing that shit in there. Like, what the hell did she just say? She's got a friend she was talking to a couple of months ago. But she said she's talking to her a couple of months ago, and then the other day. So she went from 2 months and then brought it up to the other day. Oh, I better not say 2 months. And then she asked me for help because she knew I'm a leader. She's trying to show she's a leader. And it just gets worse and worse. And now I think she gets all upset. But I can tell you, she's upset because we're throwing everything at her at the moment.
That is why she's upset. And she brings it up when the pastor Carlos Bernard was on there. And she was like, it hurts me. I want to fight them.
Yeah. Well, let's name her friend. I mean, look, theoretically, her friend, it could be Mary Sue. Why doesn't she talk about Mary by her name? And then we'd be able to find that Mary Sue really did pass away. And then I don't
think there is a Mary Sue, just like there probably wasn't a school shooting recently at her kid's school, like she brought up, because I haven't heard much about school shootings recently. I'm not saying there hasn't been any, but I'm just saying I just found it very weird. She talks about a friend getting shot by the police. Yeah. And then she talks about this school shooting.
Just bullshit. Even if it is, I mean, she's using it. Let's say her friend has died and it was a close friend.
There was one recently.
Well, if there was.
So I guess there was a school shooting recently.
Well, there probably could be, and all these things, but she's not using it. She's using it for manipulation purposes. And we're not. knocking anyone that's lost people. Well, I can't speak for you, but I'm not trying to.
No,
out
but
people
don't use that, right? Like, don't
Yeah.
use that to then come and sell your $25 pyramid scheme.
It's just like she's using religion and the belief of God
Exactly.
and the cult and the promise of a better future. And they're using the same strategies to sell their $25 and their packages, you know? Well, not even a package. You're going to get a marketing kit so you can become a marketer of hers. You're going to get a sales kit.
I'm still not sure what these alleged packages come with. And I can't find the information on their website. So
there's another big massive thing that we haven't talked about is, but if I referred you into it, I'm meant to get $10 of your money. So has anyone got $10 yet? Has anyone received the money she's been collecting? And why isn't that set up? That should be all set up. You know, like it should be automated. I mean, what's she going to do? Sit there with 12,500 people that she reckons she's collected $25 from, and then look at the $300,000 and then give it away. What is it? I don't even know what that is mathematically, but let's say $100,000. She's got to distribute $100,000 now to people. How are you going to receive this money?
That's illegal.
So it's going to be in the back end of the website, which she's going to say, I took down, and they can't offer payments because Danny DeHeck took the website down. And I'll be the one that, yeah, but I might have just given her an idea. But I mean, that's what they do. We had one company called Trades Technologies. They took, I think, $9 or $11 million from people in an 8-month period. And then they claimed that US officials and Hong Kong authorities come in and seize their servers. And they meant to have redundant servers all around the world. They were doing arbitrage trading. Long story short, we contacted the government departments, the state of California, the Texas State Security Board, and we said, hey, what was the story? And they said, we don't seize servers. It was an exit strategy. But this is what they used. And this is what she'll be doing. She'll be coming up with some sort of exit strategy. Her and her sister pocket 80 grand each out of this with the other guy, their business partner, and they've done pretty good. And then the whole lot falls over because every excuse we can think of. It's just ridiculous.
Exactly.
Well, let's get this bitch crying.
Me, you know, and she's got a 4-year-old daughter that was literally reading books at 1-year-old. She's doing geometry. Her daughter, she's 4. But Kiana has had cancer her whole 4-year-old life. So all the baby knows is her. And the baby said, like, the baby understands completely. Just because they're very, like, Kiana has always been in church, always. From even when we were wilding out in college, she was like at church. You know, we were like, pray for us. Just kidding.
Are you?
Always been in church. And so the baby said, like, I love God, but I don't want my mom to go right now, you know, and it broke me. So my best friend, who's our best friend, we were all college roommates. She just said, like, I want to take the baby. And she already has a 5-year-old and a husband. And I said, how much do you need to make? Like, sorry, I don't want to cry. Okay. I said, how much do you need to make?
Sorry, is my cue? Oh, sorry.
So her friend passed away.
Yeah.
And did she not have any family to take that child? Apparently one of their friends from college was just like, well, I'll take the child.
Well, if it was a friend.
She just took the child?
Well, if it was a friend of Megan's, it would have been a multi-level marketing colleague, and they don't have any friends.
She just said, so then I asked her how much she needed to make. And I'm like, this is the weirdest story of getting custody of a child I've ever heard, though. That's not how it works. They're not like, oh, you're a friend of this girl that just passed away? Oh, yeah, sure. You could take her child home.
It's just
like they would go to her next of kin.
They're sick. They're honestly sick. I mean, this is nothing we haven't heard before. And if we sat here and watched her videos on her YouTube channel that she's got 500 of, we would see exactly the same marketing strategies.
Right.
And every time she opens her mouth. I mean, these ladies, she has the answer for everything. When I was on the phone with her, you played that the other day, yesterday, she was just ready to gaslight me. And I'm going, you're not getting a word in edgeway. But she's poised for every answer. You could ask her anything about the scam and she would have on the top of her head, without even thinking about it, she would just spew out shit, because that's what they've been training themselves for the last 5 or so years to do.
Right.
And it's just, but this is quite funny. I mean, hey, look, I am a sensitive new age guy, and I have had a shit ton of, I could use my life and tell you things that have happened in my life, and you wouldn't even, you would feel sorry for me. And, I don't want to go there because I'm not after that. But this moment here isn't nothing to do about her friend that's passed away. This is actually about forming an excuse for bad behavior. And she's using everything she can to use to keep the tribe together. And this is disgusting. No matter what's happened in her life, this is just bad acting.
It is. Exactly.
And it's actually breathtaking to watch. Yes, watch it.
Be able to take Kiana's daughter, take care of your daughter, and not make it a burden. And
everyone's forcing themselves to cry.
She was like, she has a good job. She's like, I just need like $2,000. I'm like, done. You know what I mean? You can make $2,000 a month over here just getting in position. You know what I mean?
Give me your phone contacts.
Yeah, and I said, just give me your stuff. Just give me your email. Give me your stuff. Because I want to make sure you can take care of the baby. So I'll be there February 5th at her funeral. But it's life, though. Like this, I'm not going to let anybody stand in the way. I'm not,
Wow.
It's bigger than us. And then
why does she connect it right to the haters, right?
Exactly. It does, because that's what's making her upset. And that's why
I'll tell you right now, there. I have haters out here. I've been doing this catching scammers and speaking out about cults thing since 2019. I've collected quite a few haters, but I've never thought to come out here, announce something hard I was going through, and then be like, and then the haters, that's a little bizarre.
It's weird, and that flip. That I'm so glad you pick up on that stuff, because I'm on cult and I'm also on scam, and that's my two things.
The same.
And I can flip hat, and I can give you hellish stories on either parties. They're very much parallel. And that what she just did there, why would she go through an emotional conversation about losing her friend and then flip it to haters?
It's to do the us versus them mentality and use emotional manipulation to help push it, because she's going to think, oh, everyone feels sorry for me because I lost my friend and these awful haters are coming after me. So now we've become the enemy number one.
I know. And directing all that, let's watch her cry some more.
She's awful.
I'm going to go to Chicago, and in Chicago, it's like have you ever been on the website in Chicago, like the homicide website? It's depressing every day, and nobody cares. I feel like nobody cares, and that's not the truth, though. But it's like, it's going to be me then. I don't care what anybody says, and it'll be me. It'll be me if I got to shut my mouth and I got to just whatever, like to make this thing work, then that's what I'm going to do, because there's a lot of people that we're getting ready to save, and the enemy knows it. And watch God work, guys. Watch, because he's already working. He's already working. So, sorry.
No, that's okay.
No, it's okay.
It's okay.
I'm just going because I don't want to cry. I don't want to. I just
don't be sorry.
Later,
don't be sorry. We here with you, Queen. And God is too. And you got a lot of soldiers on this call. You got some kings and queens. So we what you tell us earlier, the boat is moving, okay? And it's the legend side. We on it. We on it. Roll the boat. Let's go.
No.
Thank you. Mimi, add anything?
This is Marcella. Can you hear me?
I can, Marcella. I can hear you.
Listen, at 77 years old, I can see and feel your soul. I know real from fake. You hear me?
She's crying so hard.
You're the real deal, baby.
You're the real
and
scammer, baby.
I've been with you before. I know you're honest.
It's getting worse.
I know you're kind.
It's contagious.
Yeah. And I'm willing to fight anybody that says you're not.
Oh, I haven't heard from her.
Let me tell
You're
you
not fighting me.
Miss Marcella, I'm going to stand with you and fight, okay? Because I'm not going to let you fight.
Me too.
God.
Oh my
Google
God.
form at the bottom.
70-year-old lady's going to be
They
fighting with me.
ask, what do you
This is so bizarre.
Oh,
It's
hey,
just
Jim,
so
I see you.
bizarre.
Oh, Exodus 21:3.
We're on the last one. Whoever walks in integrity walks securely, but he who makes his way crooked will be found out.
Oh, this is hold up. We've got noises for this sort of
to
stuff.
make
Let's
this
go
better?
for this one.
And you know what I
Yeah.
said? I really don't know, because when God gives you a plan of perfection, you don't change it.
That's
You
right.
just do what God told you to do.
Party time.
And that's
God told you to pay Megan $25.
Yeah, the penny dropped. I won't get that back. I won't get $442,860 a month. I thought I didn't have to recruit people. I don't have 3 friends. Sorry.
Right. Right.
it. There's no changing it. There's no looking at us and letting people tell you a bunch of
Lies?
don't listen.
Yeah, don't listen to them.
Don't
They're not
listen.
lies.
Listen to
Pastor Carlos
lies.
said it all.
Yeah.
You
She couldn't
got
even say
this,
not
baby.
listen to the lies. She knows it's
And
truthful.
you got some warriors like me behind you.
Oh yeah, I'll go granny.
And we will
Crypto
do
granny.
this
I've had one of those after
together.
me in the past.
We will stick together.
Stick together and take on the enemy to
Yeah.
scam all the people.
We love you.
I was a little disappointed that you didn't say you coming to California, but
I did. I mean, Carlos knows I'm geographically challenged. So Carlos told you ladies, didn't I? He's like, okay, what if
Again, Carlos is the pastor, and it's been so bizarre because in this entire webinar she's doing, she's acting like she's had to go to Carlos to ask him if it's okay that she wipe her own ass. Like Carlos gave her the idea to go live to talk about the haters. Carlos told her to go and talk to these women. Carlos
he's
then
God.
told her to bring them up here. And now she's like, and then Carlos told me, and I'm like, what is going on, lady?
Hmm.
And I can't help but also wonder if she's trying to make it sound like this is Pastor Carlos's scam instead of Dre's scam now.
Oh, you could be. I can't wait to get
like
the,
I'm like, is that what you're doing? Like, because it's so weird.
here? I'm like, Carlos, we can go wherever. Like my kids are grown, my daughter, she's like got one class left. She's
that?
like,
What
go
are
to
they,
Florida
trees?
this week so we can for spring break. But
we'll come see you for your birthday in April. That's cool. You don't have to come here. We'll come see you.
And
I want to say to you other 3 ladies on the screen, I know when God puts good people in your path.
Hey, Violet.
Oh,
If you get to be 77 years old and don't know, you wasted 60 years.
oh God,
I
she's wasted
know.
60 years.
And I want to be the leader of the old people of the club.
it's the
saved.
seniorpreneurs. That's what it's
Weird.
called.
Seniorpreneur. She's
and
even
let
got
me
a
tell you
name for it.
something. Wisdom. What did he say? Wisdom is the
It's the scar. What did he say?
the product
Wisdom is the scar tissue of experience. I had to write
There
it
you go.
down.
Okay.
Yes.
And listen, I've been through it.
She knows it
I
all.
beat breast cancer 3 times. And let me tell you something.
Let me guess, she's
My
only
little,
got 2 breasts.
grandson said, Meanwhile, you only have 2 breasts. How did you have breast cancer 3 times? I said, well, I had it twice. You know what he said? Let's pray.
Oh.
3 years old. And so if a baby,
Oh my God, look at
he
her.
touched my
Look at
breast,
her.
he said, let's pray.
Look at her. She's like,
God is
she's
good.
just received another email
And
about
those
her
tears, that's okay.
payment
That's
account
your
being shut down.
love
That's what's
flowing
really
out your
happened.
eyes. You could cry.
Yes, let it flow.
Don't be ashamed to cry. And
don't poke yourself in the face with your nails.
And then we're going to dry eyes and get back to work. I love you, baby. I love you,
baby. I love you, baby.
Thank you, Miss Marcella.
Thank you, Miss Marcella.
Thank you, Miss. Thank you,
Maybe
Pastor.
go last.
Thank you very much. I feel better now.
Miss Marcella is our Gigi.
It's Gigi.
Yes, she is.
She is
Great.
good.
Absolutely, that part.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I think today has been just one of those days where it's like everything just have to get upside down so we can get right side up and just continue this program, because we are not going to be defeated. We might be shooken up. Getting shooken up is good.
So what are they talking about
keeps
then?
us on our toes.
They must be talking about me and you.
Staying positive, staying prayed up, and moving forward. We're all godly people here. We all want to see you win, Megan. I'm telling you, I told you already, and I've said it 1,000 times from day one. It's something about you. There is nothing that can peel me away from tax office on tax season. Okay. So to all of you making money out there, please make it happen when you can, because I'm telling you now. But you've been able to do that for me. And everything that I went through to get on here tonight, I was like, you know what? She's so deserving of great things. And I'm so grateful, Father God, and thank you. And I'm here for her. So I'm here for you, my love. I'm here for my new.
Like getting on this webinar is some great accomplishment or something.
Yeah, like even I can get on there.
But everything that I have gone through up until this point was so that I could be here with you. Like what?
I know. What a sad life.
Sisters, I'm here for my new Gigi and my entire Vibe family. Y toda mi gente que hablan español, para arriba vamos.
All right.
Yes, hasta luego, Mimi.
Hasta luego.
Guys, I love you.
Wow.
Thank you so much. We'll be back here 12 o'clock. We'll do the presentation, but we'll do it differently so we can vibe out. So if you guys want to come on, I would love to meet all of you. I'm going to be in your city. If you do have space for me, Carlos, like let me know and I'll get you with Carlos, and he's going to move me around the states. And we start like very soon. So thank you so much. I appreciate you ladies more than you know. I love you. And
thank you, Megan. We love you too. Okay. To the top. Remember what I told you earlier. It's already done. It's already done. I told you.
To the top. It's already done.
Bottom to the top.
With the vibes.
So powerful. So empowering.
God bless.
God bless you guys.
Powerful.
We like to call it powerful here. So that's the end of that, thank God, Lord.
Oh, yeah, that was bad.
Ever a trip. Now, what I would like to do is head on over here.
Oh, let me guess, behind MOM. Hey, I just realized he used one of my images when the website was down last night. He's cool.
Yeah. Gotta love Oz. So Oz says, as of today, Vibe website deleted, processor lost, and co-owner meltdown.
Perfect. Yep. Witness that.
So on January 26th, Behind MLM published its Vibe review, identifying it as a recruitment-driven pyramid scheme. Over the 48 hours since, Vibe co-owner and CEO Andre Russell nuked his Facebook account, which he did last night before he started arguing Oz, actually.
Boom.
Vibe lost its payment processor.
I don't know how that happened.
Vibe's website has been deleted. And Vibe co-owner Megan Lynch had a meltdown webinar leaning heavily into religious affinity fraud.
Oh, God.
Which is the one that we were just covering, right?
Yep. We've got it here first.
So he says, now let's discuss. So it starts off with good old Andre Russell here. And he's the one that was arguing with Oz. And Dre, that's who they call Dre. Dre Russell nuked his Facebook account within hours of Behind MLM publishing its Vibe review. And he had 11,000 followers. Although he wasn't following anyone.
I don't either. I don't follow people. I don't know why, but I just don't follow people.
I just think it's hilarious to have 11,000 and be in an MLM and then not even follow back. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's take, no give. Brilliant.
Violet says, been here 5 minutes and this feels so disturbing. It really is. Especially if you watch the one I did before this.
There is another theory on his Facebook account, because I've had my Facebook account removed, and somebody reported me as a scammer and running fraud. So some people might have reported his account, and with the postings he was doing, the automated system could have just taken him off. That could be another option.
After blocking public access to incriminating evidence on his account, Russell appeared in behind MLM's comments section to blatantly lie about Vibe. So we read that yesterday. He was going on about how he wasn't a co-owner, blah, blah, blah. Moving on to Vibe's former payment processor, While we don't mention Tiger Pay in our review, we did know Vibe instructing affiliates on how to circumvent fraud safeguards. So in their Vibe support desk, they were basically saying, yeah, if your bank says, don't join, this is what you do. The credit card company has a fraud alert. This is how you get past that. And, doing that should be seen as bank fraud alone. Danny the Head.
Hold it, Rich. We just got Richard, who just phoned in. You got 2 cents in there? You got 2 cents to say, Rich?
Yeah, I was going to say to her, in whose nation, in whose laws? Because that's what everybody needs to hear. We're all here like congregating, we got the TV on and the popcorn is flying, but nobody ever wants to do what Danny did in Australia by going to that meeting. And then do it in real life.
We're getting there,
though. Yeah, but the point with that is what you were talking about with that database. If everybody had a button to click when they hung up with their bank not doing nothing, to, like AI could already have your information. And it just enters you into that database that you witnessed a scam.
Yeah, it will get there, I think.
And before long, that's what's going to be the scam world, because these people don't have a script anymore. Like, we're literally arguing with a juvenile from the Midwest. Like, it's going to have a business. So who do we go tell that to? That's the point.
Yeah.
And good on you, Queen, for coming on live with Amy.
Well, I'm on live with her actually, Rich. So we're actually.
That's what I'm saying.
We're broadcasting on 10 different
I've been
platforms
doing
at the
this for
moment.
5 years, and we also
AWOG
the scammers and all of the scams that they've been to and report them and stuff like this. So there are people trying to help out here.
Because I spent about 4 or 5 hours, if not more, yesterday just reporting her everything I could. I went on a mission, but it's tiring, and the correspondence is horrible, and it's just you just go around circles, and people are lazy in these call centers that don't really want to do any work. They don't want to investigate. They don't want to watch a video. They just want you to say, "What's the police case file?" Yeah. Right. Anyway, Rich, let's carry on. We're reading Behind MLM's beautiful article.
Yep.
Yeah, so it says
getting in on this one.
Yeah, so it says Danny DeHeck, who goes by the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger on YouTube, reached out to Tiger Pay. Tiger Pay informed DeHeck it's against our TNC to use our platform for pyramid schemes matrix programs. Tiger Pay halted payment processing for Vibe while their compliance team further investigated Vibe. On January 27th, so yesterday, Co-owner Megan Lynch informed affiliates Vibe was moving towards only cryptocurrency. Additionally, public recruitment marketing presentations were also suspended. Vibe's commission payment date was pushed back to February 16th. Outstanding support tickets for Vibe payment issues are being deleted. So once again, we have a screenshot from the Vibe support desk saying, do not contact support about payment issues before Saturday, January 25th at 6 p.m. Eastern. Tickets submitted before this time will be deleted.
That's the script right there.
Yeah.
You think that you own the narrative, but we own the narrative, bitches.
So Lynch claimed the issues were due to Vibe getting ready to move a bigger Amazon server. So they're apparently moving to a larger server. We're going through migration just like on Passive claimed to be. Lovely. Tony Morick, Vibe's chief marketing officer, instructed affiliates with ongoing Vibe payment issues to contact their bank's fraud department. Oh no. Earlier today, the Vibe.io website was deleted. Now it says the requested URL was not found on the server, and it's coming up with a 404 error message. And that happened today. At time of publication, Vibe's myvibe.io website is still online. The site claims over 30,000 members have signed up. After Vibe's primary website was deleted, Megan Lynch went online to have a public meltdown. Lynch, who claims God told her to create Vibe, doesn't address Vibe being a pyramid scheme as the root of its problems. Instead, Lynch takes on a religious affinity fraud angle, trotting out the common us versus the enemy straw man. And it quotes her saying, when you're doing something great, you're always going to attract the enemy. We're making a few changes here and there.
Give me an example of that.
An example of what?
Well, when you're doing something good,
yeah,
and you attract what enemy? Like, is there an example of that? Does that exist?
Who's the enemy?
And at the same time, give me an example in the scammer world, because they know all about the scammers, right? But they're never the scammer. And then give us a way to balance that with how we're supposed to look at you being a Christian in the real world with how the enemy, because you have to separate the two. You can't freaking look at this like God is doing all this. You're in the middle of a freaking scam.
She's not Job. She's not Job. Take
right.
away all the scams.
But Danny, in America, in the Western world, you can give plenty of examples how they act like that. The enemy, blame everything on the enemy.
Yeah. Excuses.
It's called churchianity. It's literally, they've been brainwashed in the church to think and operate a certain way.
Well, the whole thing is the pastor actually said that we were possessed. And that we had
I will take that
evil. We had like evil in us. We're possessed by evil.
Well, if he knew that, he should be able to deliver people.
The evil, they, them.
It's just propaganda stuff, isn't it? It's
exactly.
So it's like wartime. They're dropping off those pamphlets.
They couldn't do this at the start of COVID, so they're hanging on by their fingernails for a community, somebody to do this crap with, even if it's not a scam. Like she said earlier, we used to be on teleconference calls. Like, get a light. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I don't think any of them have ever been on webinars like the scam that I'm covering called On Passive. in which they literally just go from webinar to webinar to webinar all day long.
Wow.
Like, you've never seen someone do so many damn webinars. It's
Really?
a lot.
Well, we've seen earlier the one called Ben. They go from webinar to webinar, you could create your own scam.
Yeah, they're doing a scam a day, weren't they?
That's why I put it in the chat. That's why I put it in the chat earlier. That's like the very definition of these scams being a cartel. Nobody's paying these people all that money to do all that. They're getting a little slice of nothing, and they think that they're getting somewhere with it. That's why they feel justified to pull off the next scam and throw it in your face. Like, not only am I allowed to do this, God told me to.
Yeah.
Right. I really got to get through this, though, guys. I've been live for like 6 hours. I got to get going.
Well done.
So,
go, girl.
It goes on to say, we're making a few changes here and there, but nobody can stop greatness, no matter how hard they try. We've heard that before. No weapons formed against us shall prosper, which that was the name of the stream. There is no enemy and there are no weapons. Vibe pre-launched with an illegal business model that defrauds consumers, and various service providers have taken action. Lynch goes on to compare Vibe, an MLM pyramid scheme, to the Underground Railroad. I haven't done anything to promote Vibe. I picked up my cell phone and I texted everybody I knew, and we met underground like the Underground Railroad. Lynch has been promoting Vibe daily through webinars, so I'm not sure how that equates to doing nothing. Next in Lynch's, I'll say anything except address Vibe's being a pyramid scheme. Bag of excuses is AI. Don't worry about anything you see online. If you hear audio, it ain't me. It's AI. They love me so much, they are AIing my voice because they already know what's about to happen on February 17th.
Oh, somebody does.
And then Oz says, behind MLM isn't aware of any instances of AI cloning of Lynch's voice or what it has to do with Vibe being a pyramid scheme.
He doesn't watch my YouTube channel. Damn.
But it is because Danny did do an interview with an AI Megan. But as I stated, you didn't try to make it into a real interview.
No, even on the screen, it had character.ai on the screen. So you could see the app was using it.
Yeah. So it wasn't like they put it out and said, oh, this is actually an interview with Megan. Then I would be like, okay, that's a little bit dishonest. And that's how Megan's trying to portray it. She's trying to portray it like Danny did a whole thing where, he tried to trick everyone into thinking it was her. And I'm like, that's not what happened, though. You can't lie. And then he says things only further deteriorate as Lynch continues. I'm not taunting the enemy. I just brought my pastor with me, right?
Oh, it gets worse.
Right. When you know you're up against the enemy and you know that people are about to get free. I'm doing the presentation right now, by the way. When you know you're about to be free, you know that God's people, 38,000 of them, are going to turn into 100,000 of them that turn into 1,000,000. If one will chase 100 and 100 will chase 1,000, what do you think 1,000,000 people are going to do? I don't know. Ask Ash Mufara. They did nothing. Ash Mufara claims to be doing the same thing as Megan here and was also sent by God. He claimed to have signed up 1.4 million people, and they all just sit around going from webinar to webinar all day long. So nothing. You're not going to do anything.
Hey, Queen.
Yeah?
Danny always has a good Bible verse that he corrects people on. you know, Danny, where you say the Bible
money?
doesn't say, yeah, the love of money one.
Yeah, there's the root of all
People
evil
always
is the
say-
love of money, not money.
Okay, but people always say the money, right? So to pick up on your critique earlier, Queen, when you're dropping Bible verses, people always say you're going to be set free. Okay, so God's talking to her to do all this stuff, right? And then he's going to set her free. The Bible says you shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Nowhere in the Bible does it say the truth shall set you free. So the Underground Railroad is never going to be free.
Okay. That one. Who got that?
So not sell products to retail customers and be legally. I don't know what to say to that. I'm just kind of like, yeah, okay.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Put a 1 in the chat room.
Amen. That's right. Everyone put amen in the chat.
Amen. Jeremiah G. Righteous.
Hey,
it's like not sell
gonna
products
turn
to
the
retail
atheist.
customers and
You
be
got deliverance
legally
yet.
compliant is my guess. I'm not going to even touch Lynch selling God's People membership for $25. And evidently math isn't Lynch's strong point. 1 million chase 10 million, who chase 100 million, who chase 1 billion people, who chase more than the population of Earth. Yeah, sounds like God's people are screwed.
Have you ever heard of Boomerang, Queen?
Oh, don't go there today. She's been on screaming for 6 hours.
Yeah, but Boomerang's got none millions.
Oh, yeah. We call them non-linears. Yeah, non-linears.
Yeah.
Hey, don't you think our reading voice is a lot better? This is what we normally have reading our words. Listen to this. How about that? Now we've got a real human reading our stuff. It's great.
Yeah, Queen, you got a great reporter voice.
Yeah, we like it better.
Yeah, it sounds like God's people are screwed. But of course, math doesn't matter when the goal is to fleece as many people as possible from your position at the top of the vibe pyramid scheme. Thou shalt not steal. See, everyone's taking out the Bible verses now. Even Oz.
Yeah, I know Oz has got a sense of humor. This is the first time I've actually seen him have a bit of a...
Are you kidding? Have you not been paying attention?
I haven't really, no. And I don't read his stuff.
I've been doing the MLM thing, like I said, since 2019. Oz has been doing it longer than me. He is hilarious. Always. When you read an article, go to the comment section, follow the comment section. He always goes back and forth with the scammers. And it is so funny. He's an Aussie as well. Okay. He's an Australian.
Is he?
He's an Aussie. That's why he goes by Oz.
Look at
doesn't say that.
He's another down under hero.
So he's another down under. So he doesn't put up with any shit. Pure sarcasm and dry humor. Just complete.
Oz, I'm gonna pick you up. We're gonna drive right through these mother flickers.
He's a brother from another lover.
Yeah, no, he's awesome. You have to pay attention to the comment section every time because the scammer always comes and leaves a comment, and then Oz just murders them.
I read yesterday's stuff, and it was brilliant because he didn't miss a
He
T
doesn't
or a
miss.
dotted I.
I don't even know why they try. Like, there's some that keep coming back, and I'm like, why do you keep coming here? This man just destroys you.
I thought he was just going in on this one. I didn't know he did.
Oh, no, he does it with every single one, and his website covers thousands of MLMs. He does about 10 articles a day, and each one will be a different scam that he's talking about.
Yeah, I've been following for years, but I haven't really. We had a good email session the other day, and that's the first time I've actually, because I just forward stuff to him in little wee comments because I'm busy as well. But he wrote me a great big long lengthy email and suggestions on what I could do when my YouTube channel was down. And then I said, how do you do this job? Because it's so demoralizing. How do you maintain your sanity?
Right.
And then I said it to me, my YouTube channel's everything. And I focus on it so much. To lose it was a real kick in the teeth.
Yeah.
And I said, and I don't even know if I want to continue. And then I'm questioning why I do this. And he came back with some really nice, caring words. And I thought, oh, good on you, mate. Thanks. You know, so I was impressed. And, you know, I'm guilty of not reading everything. I don't read like normal people. I have to have it read to me.
Danny, Danny, you should get Richard AI, and Richard AI could read the MLM every day.
Yeah, it doesn't quite work like that, unfortunately.
One day.
We'll get there. We've got Megan
Lynch
AI.
goes on to claim that MLM pyramid schemes are legal in the US. Hey, we're legal.
Shit.
We do the same thing that Amazon does. We market products. We just haven't gotten to the products yet.
Oh my God.
We don't want you to focus on the products right now. Amazon is, of course, not an MLM company, and Vibe has not marketed any products beyond promoter membership. In true pyramid scheme fashion, Vibe has led with income potential built around a recruitment-centric compensation plan. Vibe promoters pay $25 plus a matrix position fee and get paid to recruit others who pay the same. Are you going to be able to make a decision on whether or not you want to lock your spot for $25 so you fall into the matrix that we built for God's people? This is bigger than all of us, you know. No weapons formed against us shall prosper, right? I'm standing on that. I'm standing on, like, you can try to cause all the confusion you want, but listen, February 17th, this boat is going into the promised land, with or without people, right? We'll let them on, though. But I do want you guys to understand the enemy is hard at work right now. Now she's building Noah's Ark. There's people who are like, don't join them. That's the enemy. It's the enemy hard at work. If you're not familiar with the concept of affinity fraud, it comes in many different variants. Lynch is utilizing religious affinity fraud from the SEC. Fraudsters who carry out affinity scams frequently are or pretend to be members of the group they are trying to defraud. The group could be a religious group, such as a particular denomination or church, or an ethnic group or immigrant community. It could be a racial minority. It could be members of a particular workforce. Even members of the military have been targets of these frauds. Fraudsters target any group they think they can convince to trust them with the group members' hard-earned savings. Many affinity frauds are Ponzi or pyramid schemes. And again, this one has been targeting on passive. It's been signing up on passive because they're already in a pyramid scheme that doesn't have a product. So when this one shows up and it's like our product's coming in a few days, people were more than willing to jump ship, right? Like they were like, okay, sounds great. Vibe, at least from what has been publicly disclosed thus far, isn't a Ponzi scheme. But with everything tied to recruitment, it's certainly a pyramid scheme. Pursuant to Lynch's utilizing religious affinity fraud to market Vibe is her bringing on Pastor Carlos. Lynch, who claims he's new in her faith, states she hadn't spoken to Carlos in years prior to deciding to launch a pyramid scheme. Nonetheless, Carlos reportedly called her out of the blue, wanting to prey on the business. And then she said, and it didn't freak me out, right? It didn't. because I felt it in my spirit. And you would have heard that on the last stream. That's what happened. Carlos, in his capacity as a pastor, goes on to lie about the reality of pyramid schemes. And he says, see, Megan, one thing you have to understand is that a lot of people see you as doing something is designed to hurt people. But you're not here to hurt people. You're here to help people. And so a lot of people don't understand your heart or your mission and your purpose behind this work, behind this ministry. Stealing money.
God killed the pastors like that in the Old Testament.
Yeah, exactly. False prophets. Stealing money from people through a pyramid scheme isn't helping them. Simple math guarantees the majority of participants in pyramid scheme will lose money, and no amount of praying or selling yourself out to fraud changes that. Let's be clear. The intent in a pyramid scheme is to misappropriate as much money as possible. Vibe led with income potential in its marketing because there's nothing else to the business. Vibe's product is selling people who are religiously inclined on financial freedom tied to the promised land for no other reason than Megan Lynch and her Vibe co-founders getting a cut from everybody that signs up. And with no regard whatsoever for the majority of Vibe participants who inhabit the bottom of the pyramid, when recruitment math guarantees Vibe inevitable collapses. Calling Vibe an MLM pyramid scheme a ministry? Good grief. Carlos, who doesn't disclose whether he has a vested financial interest in Vibe, goes on to compare Lynch to Jesus. And by the end, it was really apparent that he does have a team, and he is actually probably there because of financial interests. But he says Megan is well equipped to be able to take this thing to the next level. She's dealt with the regulators, dealt with companies that failed, dealt with people that were problematic. And so God has built her and prepared her for such a time as this. The rest of Carlos's ranting can be summed up as rubber stamping pyramid fraud in the name of God. Couldn't agree more. Carlos urges webinar participants to get on in Vibe because God has called them to do it.
Oh my God. Oh, can I say that? Oh my God. It's just sickening, isn't it? It's just really sickening. It's not that complicated. It's just like, I mean, and you're using, everyone's got their own view on God and the universe, and to bring God into this business even is just ridiculous. And it's not, I'm not even calling it a business. It's just stupid.
Yeah. Is she done reading? Because I got one more.
Well, you got to read something else.
Yeah. Yeah, we're done. He just says that further updates, he'll keep us posted.
Here's the thing. Pastors that bring their clergy and their pew to the Tupperware parties. In the Old Testament, you were torn asunder for doing what you're doing, because no weapon formed against you shall prosper, but you don't have the balls to finish the verse where it says, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment, you shall condemn. We are here to condemn you, you rat bastards. We are here to rip you to severed shreds. You're done. Not us. You're done. You have no way to condemn us. We have the platform. We own the narrative, bitches. That's it.
Yeah, we like to control the narrative. I do feel like we're getting to pull a few of the strings with her, but I think she'll keep this going as long as she can.
She will.
Because she'll be trying to get the $25 in, because that's what she's after. She'll be running around on the floor, picking up all the $25 notes, going, yippee, yippee, yippee. And then she'll go, everyone else ruined it for us. They killed our dream, the dream stealers, and all this sort of carry on. It's just terrible. It's just the way it is. Oh,
sure.
well done, you. I think
and
you've
we
had
see it over and over and over again over here, right? I mean, they use it with Unpassive too, where they all pray together and they all pray for each other. And at the start of every stream, they go through all of the prayers that people have to do for others, and it's just constantly used.
Yeah,
it's awful.
It's abuse.
It is. But guys, I got to wrap this up, Danny.
Party on.
That was really good.
So
thank you very much.
Thank you for coming up.
Later.
Yeah, everyone subscribe to everyone's channel, do all that stuff, because we need more people like yourself, Queen of Karma. I love that. I don't really have a religious belief, but I do believe in karma. So it's really good that your name is Karma. So it's and I just I'm looking forward to getting to know what you're doing and what you're, if we can help out. Together, forces are stronger. I'd love to get Julie Anderson. I have never talked to her on a live, but there's another lady out there who fights this battle that sort of isn't really, you don't get much thanks for it, but you do have your wins. And today, even just being in here and having a yarn is a win. So I'm looking forward to seeing what else we can cause disruption with. So you run along. Yeah.
Awesome.
It's friggin' brilliant. All right.
Thank you, Danny.
No worries. See ya.
All right. Have a good one. So that was Danny DeHeck. I'll be sure to link his channel, and I'm kind of like scared to mess around with my internet anymore because my system is now starting to it looks like it's about to break or something. So I got to end this stream up, but thank you everyone for sticking this out with me. I felt like it was very important that we ensured to get that one out here because I've never seen such a display of faith manipulation. And it's like on my channel here, every time we think we saw the worst of it, they come up with a new one. So, do check out part one if you haven't, because that's the part with the preacher on it. And you're like really, really gonna want to check that out. But I will see all of you guys probably, if not tomorrow, then Thursday. We should be good to do our Friday with the Sayers of Nay, so we'll be doing that. And I hope that all of you have a fabulous, amazing rest of your night. I will see you all very soon. So, stay tuned to the community tab and, all that wonderful, wonderful, great stuff. All right, everyone. Have a good night. Bye.